Okie dokie. Looks like everything's good on that front. And who the heck is it that Oh, it's Eric here. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Oh, God, and then I have Notepad++ open. I was killing myself last night trying to script something. And it was annoying. I'm trying to do something. I wanted to originally do it for something I was gonna start this weekend, but I decided to go with my original plan for this weekend instead, and then this I'll just roll over, a few months later, and that gives me time to go talk to like Audrey Hotto or Malin that understands scripting much better than me, to go out and get it. But it's basically there's a process you do to a unit, because I don't want to spoil it, that converts its identity, basically its face. And I need it to stick the original face on, so it's just applying a set face line of code to it, which you can do in Zeus manually for like one entity at a time, but that's gonna take me way too damn long. So I want to make just a script like in its server, that basically just every like 10 or 20 seconds just reapplies it, or if that certain unit is spawned, it's like the script sleeps for like a second or two and then reapplies the face on top, which is how we do the the chicken license stuff, or the the killer rabbits that are tied to Ravage. I just, for whatever reason, it did not like the identity stuff that I was putting on it, so that was me just losing my frickin' mind over it. But yeah, oh man, low-key insane. It's your mission? Nice. How you doing, broski? You're at home? Good to hear. Today we're gonna have a blitz of 3 different streams. It's gonna be FNF all 3 rounds. Then we're gonna immediately transition into a Arma 3 operation. It's a horror op, though it's not gonna start as a horror op. But I've given hints that there's some biochemical stuff in it. I'm gonna recommend they bring some certain gas masks. And not use orange smoke, because that's coded to do something else. But anyway, and then we're gonna do our DayZ thing, which I'm probably gonna just take it easy tonight and do it on Razor's server. But I need to go see what Ghost Wolf, because he posted me his dates of when he's free this weekend. And if it lines up, I might go on there. But at the same time, I just realized they're all in. Oh shoot! Oh man! Oh no! Oh man! Why didn't it push me through? I was in here when it all started. Okay, I can't do that because Nemesis clips that noise and just plays it in my ear every time he's in my damn channel. Well, and then Bloodwing just said it sounded like I was... Okay, great. Anyway, we're late. We're definitely late. How big is the map? Oh, the map's not that big. Okay, let me throw the prediction up. I didn't realize I was freaking 4 minutes behind. Woo! Awesome. Whatever. Blue 4 is attacking. Can I spell blue 4 right? That would be great. And then green 4 is defending. Alright, cool. And now I'll keep it for... No, we'll be safe. We'll set for 10 minutes. Okay. Ah, yes, professional streamer, right? What's that isn't here to make that comment, so I'll make it on myself. Regardless... Let me just make sure everything's good on the stream side. Now I'm paranoid about everything else. Nope, we're good. We are good. All right, so we're going to be, again, covering all 3 rounds. Wait, why are they double sectored? What the heck? There's 2 on the sectors and 1... Okay, that's weird. Regardless, round 1 is blue 4 attacking a green 4 AO. Green 4 have a cache and 2 sectors to defend, while blue 4... trying to get all 3. Regardless, let's go ahead and look over at the mission details first. So tasks, as I just said, and it's a cache that they're trying to destroy. Green 4 trying to defend all that. Mission details, only 900 meters of render distance, 100 fortify points for the defender. Fortify color is going to be green, which I guess makes sense because you have all this greenery in the areas. But normally in a desert map, that would be brown, but that's just dealer's choice. And then the round time, of course, is 50 minutes, which is in 11 minutes because there's a 15-minute save start. Anyway, it's 2011, and forces of Germans, Panzer Grenadiers receive reports of insurgents gathering in force to attack the embassy. Germans attempt to get the elements of surprise on the attackers. Its area of operations, heavy door-to-door CQB with roadblocks on certain streets. Lovely. Blue 4, meanwhile, loadout's going to be German Bundeswehr kits. I always butcher that name. I'm so sorry. They got G36s with 320 systems. Mini-Me's, I blanked on that. I want to say 249, but it's the European version, but they're the same freaking thing. You got AT4s. It's not SR-25. Mark 11s, that's it. The marksman rifle. And then their medium machine gun for Delta is the MG3. Otherwise, they have 2 Land Rover HMGs and then 4 transport trucks. Green 4 are just your tribal kits, you know, your tribal, Taliban, whatever. With their Haji stuff and whatnot. We got AKMs in play, SVD for the marksman rifle, RPK for the light machine gunner, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank. They get 2 rounds with it compared to the AT-4, which is single shot disposable. We've got GP-25s for the Grenadier system on some of the AKs for the team leads, and then they also have the PKP. They have 2 sit-down PKM statics. They have a Hilux with a PKM on top, and they have a Hilux with a Dishka, which, you know, has that 50 cal. Technically 12.7 capability, but we had that argument last week. Regardless, going over our roster, we have Goose Commanding with Pupper as the 2IC, Snodge Pair leading Alpha with Misfit as the Medic, Fonz Misfit. Wait, why is there 2 Misfits? One of them isn't real, and I think he's staring at him, so I'm assuming this Misfit's fake. But otherwise, Murphy, Tom, and Salt all together with Fonz, and Alpha 1, Alpha 2 has Bursty, Roderick, Pierce, and Mangario. Ashley and Bravo with Kazag as the 2IC. Actually, no, he's the Mark 11, so he's the marksman in the team. Otherwise, Twins, Wheaton, Banks, and Tackleberry in Bravo 1. And there's no Bravo 2. Charlie has Dream, Charlotte, Malin, Yanni, Nemesis, Cullis, Wise, and Cats all together. That's just Scandi Recon Group. And then Delta has Commander Pickles with Mac Marine, Lola, McBain, Kiri, Alexander, Patriot, and Olaf. Looks like they're taking all 4 MG3s. I'm going to be honest, MG3s normally on an offensive situation kind of suck. However, if you're doing urban CQC, that fire rate that the MG3 can give is second to none. So if you are within 10 meters of a target, you don't really need to worry about stabilizing that weapon. You can just hold the trigger down and annihilate everything in front of you, and it's very satisfying to watch. So we'll see how Green 4 is able to counter against that. Otherwise, commanding Green 4, we got Depso with Kyle as what looks like a marksman who's joined the company level, so he might just be jumping around rooftops and whatnot. I honestly don't know. Skipu leading Alpha with Jassy, Josel, Moxic, NASA, Rambo Bambo, Rocky 19, Kremitz, and Kajonovich. We got Bluck leading Alpha 1 with Fact of House, Lolo, Wonder, Zixmi, and Filipino all together. Gonna be honest, Zixmi, always one to watch. We'll see what he's able to do. Otherwise, Epic Hero with Helen Linares on Alpha 2, probably merging with Alpha Actual in the second. Charlie being led by Norris, with Charlie 1 having Campwell, Hunt, Michael, Harrington, Bates, and Smith all together. Tendies, Nekomata, Kabubi Face, Dazm MG. It's Mark Daz MG. Okay, Steve's and just Steve Regular, and Naps all together. Looking at the sectors here, I mean, these are really big sectors, and especially for urban CQC, those are kind of a double-edged sword. Yes, it's a lot of space for you to hide forces around and have a lot of people in the sector at the same time, but if your attacker gets a good chunk of forces in the AO, they don't have to clear the entire sector. They can just corner camp that AO and just basically steal it right out from under you if you don't have the number to hold that area. Sector 1, similar thing. You've got this big block of buildings right here that can easily be taken. And it looks like the cache doesn't have a search zone. It's literally just marked over here with a bunch of other ammo boxes and whatnot. So that, normally there's a search zone with it, but yeah, no, it's, I'm gonna be honest, this is a bit of a toughie for Green 4. And then back here they have their spawns for bringing in the technicals and the PKT statics. But it doesn't look like anyone's going back there to get them. It's just gonna be urban CQC. I'm going to be honest, in situations like these, there is one weapon more superior than the MG3. I'm going to let you guys guess it in chat. If you've ever done FNF, seen it or played, you know what I'm talking about. But let's see what Blue 4 has, and this will help give a hint. I don't see anyone in Delta with that, but Delta usually doesn't have that. I see Yanni and Malin with them. I see Banks with them. I see Salt with them. And again, they have the option of taking it. I mean, the 4 options those little triangle symboled forces called engineers have is either 3 AT mines, 2 tripwire mines with 2 tripwire flare mines, or 4 explosive charges, which you can also throw like a grenade, and they just have a much higher area of effect, or no, damage in the area, but not necessarily area effect. Or, the term I'm looking for, satchels. 2 satchels. Can't throw them far, but if you throw them, they're going to take out the building. The only buildings that they're not going to take out are buildings that don't have a damage texture. So this Tanoan building right here and here, you can't go in them, but they don't have a damage texture, so they wouldn't get blown up by a satchel. But the satchel is literally for a situation of, let's say Green 4 have a bunch of people in here, throw the satchel in here, that's going to take out the entire building, kill all the Green 4 inside. It is a very nice weapon to have. Now, of course, I think Green 4 knows this. We see them getting on the rooftops of all these buildings that can't be demoed. So we'll see if those satchels are even effective today, but I've got a good feeling we're going to see some pretty nasty stuff in play today, especially on an urban CQC environment. And then even the Arma, like, you know, Cold War assault ported buildings like these that are also serial boxes, you can't enter them, those still level to the ground and just literally create a giant opening. So they're also quite fun to work with. And yeah, Green 4, you know, they got 100 points to build their own fortifications in this area, but oh, man, I'm not sure it'll be enough. But we'll just have to see how things play out. The AKS-74U. Ah, if only. I don't think I've seen any Green 4 with it, though. It's just AKM-based, so Green 4's already lost, in my opinion. We also do have plenty of Grenadiers here with those GLs. Now, they only get 3 HE rounds for that GL, but if you land that in a narrow hallway with people, it's going to get a multi-kill. It's definitely going to rack up quite a few kills there. So we'll have to see how sparingly they're used. But, I mean, again, both sides have them. I think another key difference, though, is the fact that Green 4, they've only got RPKs with those 45-round banana mags compared to Blue 4 that, you know, for every RPK Green 4 has, Blue 4 has a 200-round mini-me that excels at having a pretty high fire rate. You can also see these chuckleheads. Look at the ramps they're building to get up to the rooftops here. At least they're trying. Some of them might be a little too steep for them, but a lot of good guerrilla tactics here. But Blue 4 have quite a bit of equipment to counter a lot, so we'll have to see how things go. Better weapon than MG3 is the RPG-7. If the RPG-7 had things like HE warheads, the OGs, then I would agree with you, but they are only given, I think, PVL, which are, you know, just improved HEAT, but at the same time, it's heat rounds, high explosive anti-tank, so it's not going to do a lot of damage to infantry unless you literally land it at someone's feet, which will do a significant chunk of damage, or if you hit them with it, which will insta-kill. And I mean, we saw SL Dream, what, like 2 months ago, fire an RPG onto a ridge and get a direct hit with it and just blow someone back. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful of a shot, but just goes to show you have to be accurate with it. And if you're in CQC, people are going to have really quick reaction times to things that appear right in front of them, and you got to worry about your backblast too, because if your buddies aren't coordinated, someone can get right behind the RPG, you backblast them, and then that gas goes back and hits you, you can knock yourself out and anyone around you. So it's a really difficult weapon to work with in CQC scenarios, because it doesn't, like, the bang for your buck of only being able to direct hit people with it, while you will be in CQC and it'll be easier to do, the time it takes for you to prep that weapon and fire it, your opponent's already going to get a few bullets out, and if they're aiming for your head, you're screwed. You're going to get headshotted and pretty much die off, because we're dealing with rifle calibers here, 5.56 and 7.62 by 39. So, especially in Green 4 situation where they don't even have helmets, their head is pretty vulnerable. RPG versus like a 240, actually not 249, it's again the American equivalent, but you know, a mini-me on point, that mini-me is going to kill you before you can get that warhead off. Mark my words. But it does look like Green 4 is going for an all eggs in one basket defense. Blue 4 are gonna end up going there first. This is gonna be a quick round. This is, I don't think, going to take more than 20 minutes because Green 4 wants to hold the first sector in Blue 4's path. Blue 4 might send some forces to bypass. I only see Green 4 winning if Blue 4 divides their forces and allows themselves to be defeated in detail, because Blue 4 only has like a 5% number advantage. I think it was like a 31v33 fight. But if I were to look in Task Force Radio right now, there's 69 people, so that would be, what, 32 versus 37, 33 versus 36, so it's only like a few more, because 5% is not a lot. So we'll just have to, yeah, it's probably, again, 33 to 36, and Blue 4 just have those additional guys to crew some of the Land Rovers that they have, which, not gonna lie, honestly, I think having Land Rovers with mini-me's would have been better than the 50 cal, because the 50 cal isn't going to really be able to penetrate that much into these buildings in terms of garrison. They could do damage to some of the buildings like this with sustained fire, but look what Green 4 is doing. They're rushing. They're trying to rush for control of the road. That is an incredibly risky strategy, and it might not pay off because Blue 4 is already opening with the pincer maneuver force split on the northern and southern sides with an infantry team running in. So Green 4 are basically making a guess here. Blue 4 running into a brick wall, so they can't rush over. This is going to force a choke point right here. Hold on. That error might have just paid off in Green 4's favor. RPG's going in. Land Rover starts firing. This truck driving off. Running out of room, though. I don't know why Blue 4 decided to do a vehicle rush there either. He's about to drive out of the map border. Blue 4 are going to be stuck with the dismount here. Oh my god. Tackleberry gets run over. Another RPG hits. Twins gets knocked away. Vehicle knocking around, knocking more people out. They completely misread the fact that there was a marked fence right here. And they got completely trapped by it. So Green 4 coming out of the gate with a lot of free kills, though we do see some of them waking back up, so not too many, as Green 4 are now trying to push up to do a counterattack here. However, this is going to further pull this group around. We do have the infantry over here starting to get engaged. One down, an additional unconscious. This middle team is pinned, and then you got this southern team all the way down here. Green 4 might get their lucky break and defeat Blue 4 in detail. Aquamarine now trying to hold above with an MG3. Green 4, though, are now bottlenecked to only be able to come in from this position. Blue 4 holding their sides here. We're hearing some explosives getting thrown in this position. Those are explosive charges going off. I think that's Blue 4. Malin trying to use those explosive charges aggressively, but because they're not satchels, they're not going to be able to cook the buildings off. Meanwhile, Green 4 opening up. Trying to keep Blue 4 pinned in this one building. We do have some Blue 4 survivors over here. They're going to be able to come around, but look at where Green 4 is positioned right now. There's a big chunk of infantry outside of the actual defensive zones. So this one Blue 4 squad could still come around and get things, but that's going to take at least 10 minutes, and that's 10 minutes of active firefighting time. Oh, Wise having a great grenade throw and taking out that one Green 4 member on the roof. Great call with those nades. More grenades going out. Getting some damage. We see a little bit of blood right there, but it wasn't enough to get Rambo right there. I honestly think Green 4's in a really good position to have Blue 4 defeated in detail. Blue 4 split off way too much for an urban CQC engagement. And there was some massive misplaying. Who was in command? Yeah, I guess Goose didn't realize that this was fenced. Because you can see the fence line right here. He must have assumed his vehicles could hit it and run it over. That was a bad call to make. You got Hunt IRs being shot up in the air and immediately getting taken out. You do have this one team now north of the Moss that could swing around, but it's going to run into some pretty stiff resistance. The southern team for Blue 4 with Alpha. Again, I think that's the only way Blue 4 is going to potentially win this, but at the same time, Green 4 could very well hold position, defeat everything in detail, pull back, and be secure. But we do see some Green 4 coming out and getting pickoffs here. So what's going to determine how this match goes at this point? This fight right here, if Blue 4 is able to bypass this with minimal casualties, they can immediately start putting pressure on Sector 3, causing the rest of Green 4's lines to pull back. But it looks like this firefight's going to be extended, which is going to give Blue 4 more time to swing around, grab Sector 1, grab Sector 2. That's going to force more Green 4 to pull back. And we're probably going to see the final fight in Sector 3 itself. So right now, it's all about whichever side can get more pickoffs, because I think it's going to boil down to however the hell Sector 3 plays. Sector 1 going to get taken by Alpha. I think Alpha's then going to bounce over, hit the cache, and that's going to give Green 4 time to reconsolidate their forces. So Green 4 need to really be aggressive here in trying to pick people off, but Blue 4 now are just hunkering down, which I think is only going to help them in the long term, because Green 4 is going to be forced to pull back anyway, because they don't have the numbers right now to hold against against Alpha with Sector 3. Now, we do have a 4v4 right now. Green 4 were able to get a few more pickoffs on Blue 4 in that one fight. We do see some long-range fighting right here. This is Blue 4 Command trying to give some relief to this force, which is now pulling back. Deltas decide to mount up with their Land Rover out of that building and pull around so they can regroup. Not a bad call there, but this is going to potentially allow Green 4 to now shift and engage Command elements. I'm going to be honest, I think Command for Blue 4 still needs to be alive right now because there's still way too many pieces on the board to coordinate. And I think leaving at the squad level might be a bit much. We see some grenades being thrown in here. Malin, if he had those explosive charges, he could take out some of these high-rises and completely nullify that garrison, but he took charges instead. Now, Blue 4, we see them doing a bit of a smoke push over here. That is announcing their presence. Company HQ firing at them, but the shots are going a little short of the target. I will admit this was not how I was expecting this round to play off. Blue 4 with another KIA. Possibly on the rooftop, they're down to 3, and Green 4 have held on 4. That's not good because this team really needed to come in and provide relief, but look at this. We see the remnants of the Northern Assault going around. They're going to hit Destroy 2. This group's going to take Sector 1. They're going to regroup and hit from the rear. You already see Green 4, though, starting to pull some of their forces back from that forward position they created after they saw that vehicle pull around. So they're realizing that they could potentially get enveloped. They could also come down and reinforce this Green 4 team and be the force that comes in as the sword with the shield holding these guys in place. That would also not be a bad call, and that would let them pick off a few more Blue 4 that are going to end up contributing to the final attack. We have a lot of moving parts right here for Blue 4. The phrase, no plan survives first contact, is definitely on for Blue 4 right now. I think a grenade just went off, got 2 more Blue 4 down. And we see some flanking fire from there, and then those 2 are double tapped. So Iander being the only one left in this Blue 4 group to push in. But we do see Green 4 now starting to harass the northern group of Blue 4 as they're doing another smoke maneuver around to get to the destroy cache. But this is giving Green 4 some good intel on where Blue 4 is at the moment. GL lands just a little short as they were trying to place it just on that back wall. That could have resulted in a pretty nasty multi-kill if they were just a few meters ahead with it. But ranging GLs at this range is very, very difficult to get it down to the meter, especially when you only have 3. All right, so we see more Green 4 now pushing southbound. Honestly, I think Green 4 is now just marauding around trying to find more Blue 4 to pick off. Maybe because they realize that Blue 4 is mounting vehicles up. Maybe they're predicting they're coming around right here. We do see some machine gun fire going in. I've noticed that those machine guns in the back of the truck, in terms of the shots, haven't really been able to get much. But I think Green 4 is now sending these forces to the back of this force. We see Sector 1 now being taken. It's turned blue, and it's starting to fill. Again, it's a 90-second timer for you to have the number advantage of your side in order to take the sector. And once the attackers take the sector, the defenders cannot retake it. So this slowdown has stopped these guys from going around to take the destroy cache. That's forcing these guys to send some forces in instead. But these guys could potentially counterattack this force, but that's creating a small gap for the few little elements here to move back in. But you can just see these RPK gunners really doing their best to suppress and halt Blue 4's actions, because if Blue 4 is basically able to bring all their forces on the other side and push in here, they could very well overwhelm Green 4. Curious to see what this attack is going to do. We see some grenades going, possibly a bit of blue on blue right here, but that was just a smoke. I think they know that Green 4 is pursuing, but it's going to be up to players like Lolo here to get these multi-kills. I think a grenade went out just to check what was going on right there. Olaf might have taken a little bit of damage from that grenade actually through the window, as Lolo's now staying low and trying to sneak around. Not a bad call, but he's going to find a dead end here. We'll have to vault into the windows if possible. Otherwise, he's just stuck. That's a shame. That would have been a really good flanking position, but it happens. Green 4, meanwhile, we see them firing down the street. This is going to keep this group pinned and potentially pulled in, giving Lolo some really great flanking opportunities here. We see Curie with the MG3 trying to get Zixmi, gets the knockout, and pulls back before he is tapped. There's Sector 1 being taken. Lolo now on the flank on the rooftop, he knocks the other Lolo out, proving he is the superior Lolo here. He takes a few shots from, I think, that was Alexander across the way, smoke grenade obscuring him. But he's going to fold into cover, and now he's climbing rooftops. Other Lolo wakes back up, though, as double L Lolo continues to go around. Meanwhile, we still have Iander running around right here. Grenades being thrown in his building. Green 4 knows he's there. But here's the deal. Little bit of an issue here. Blue 4 does have a good chunk of infantry over here now. Green 4 might be a little overextended. But I'm going to be honest, there's still a good chunk of distance here for Green 4 to immediately get back into the zone. And Iander gets tapped, and that is that Blue 4 group wiped. Look at that death grip on that pistol, though. Good God. Double tap shots going on just to be safe. Fair enough. Why are there two Lolos? One is my Lolo from, TSB in my community, and the other one is what I like to call the PvP Lolo, who's of a different ethnicity. The League of Lolos. That grenade doesn't get the kill. Instead, Fact of the House Logic guns him down. McBain now coming up with that MG3. It's an RPK versus MG3 fight. RPK is going to have better control, but that MG3, you can't beat its fire rate. It's an MG3. Bluck gets caught in the middle of the road, gets taken out by our Lolo. Olaf double taps. And Green 4 taking quite a few casualties here. But you can see that Blue 4 has been heavily divided. You got Murphy getting knocked out over here. Unsure if that was to blue on blue or a random Green 4 round, but some more Blue 4 have hooked up together on this cache site. Now they can make a run for Sector 3, and just look at the amount of infantry still in here. We do have people like Harrington out and about. They are explosive specialists, so they could throw some satchels around, but that was an AT4, I think, going on the cache, destroying it. Good shot there. Now we just have the final objective, and I think all of Blue 4 is going to start gravitating towards it. Again, really worried about Green 4 right now because they have a lot of forces outside. Still could potentially be enough time to run back in. Blue 4 have two big chunks of infantry that can go in at their pace, and Goose is still alive to coordinate them. So I think Green 4 had a really great opportunity with how Blue 4 presented themselves, but they just weren't able to rack up enough kills in the opening shots. And we might still see Blue 4 win this one. It's going to come down to the CQC. Lolo to Lolo, there can only be one. Right. And I'm a little worried about Green 4 because they're going to be taking infantry from two different sides. That's going to be dividing their attention. And that's going to give Blue 4 more ground and opportunity to actually move in. Ironically, they're literally on the opposite side from where they started. I always love when we get scenarios like that where the attacker faction has just done so much maneuvering. And it looks like 2L Lolo got knocked out by a grenade by Blue 4 Lolo, thus getting his revenge, but we still need to see some double tapping. So we've got some of this group that's transitioned up. They're now going to start bottlenecking the Blue 4 elements down here. They're taking suppressive fire. We got a PKP gunner up there as well, but... Oh, we got a dropped PKP right here. Interesting. Don't know if that was a body that fell through or what. But the machine gunners are definitely going to be needed. Harrington is up here. I think he set up an explosive trap somewhere. He's waiting for someone to come into a building so he can blow it up. Just got to hope it's not his, right? Yeah, Dream, we can cast around too if you want, broski. Oh, Harrington in a tough spot. 7 more minutes remaining on the round. I said this would be probably a 20-minute round. I wasn't expecting Blue 4 to have such unorthodox tactics. It's really been confusing for Green 4 to deal with those tactics, so I thought they would have racked up more kills in that, but I guess not. Tackleberry at that 249 starts taking fire, is forced to pull back. That was probably by Hunt from back here. Yep, turning the corner. Smoke's going out. Harrington gonna end up behind Tackleberry. Why didn't you just shoot him in the back of the head? What? I've been commentating this game for like 4+ years. It still shocks me what people do in the heat of the moment. Like, he wanted to be funny. I agree. He failed to consider the fact that that was a real person, though, that would just follow him and then gun him down. Okay. Real Lolo with 2 L's. Thanks for the 23-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Spectator Bork, that's cute, but I don't know. That was something. Dream, yes, I already said we could cast around too, but maybe you just have selective hearing, buddy. You thought your gun was on automatic? Harrington, that was... Gonna be honest with you, buddy. That one hurt my brain a little bit. That one was rough. All right, so we have some Blue Force still trying to push in. They're getting engaged. Meanwhile, the Northern group starting to actually push into the sector. Gonna be honest, with Green 4 counterattacking the Southern group, I think these guys are gonna get pinned. Maybe we'll see a few more down, but it's even at this point. Blue 4 gonna charge more in. We do have a Delta machine gunner here. Gonna lock down the row. We do see him getting a kill. And that's gonna stop this flow of reinforcements. That might give enough of a small bite for the Green 4 here to stop. As we see multiple taken out. Banks now trying to come around on a different angle. Tackleberry, the only one still alive. A GL goes in and gets one of those surviving Blue 4 members. But Green 4 do not have a lot of numbers here, so if Blue 4 were to continue their charge, they would make it and start counting the sector down, but Green 4 is doing a great job of picking off who remains. Tackleberry, meanwhile, trying his best to get some headshots here to pick off who he can. Ash now running in. Blue 4 are going to need 6 people in the sector to start counting it down unless they take out more Green 4 members. We see some Blue 4, though, they're getting stuck and target fixated on forces outside of the zone that they can just bypass instead. Play the objective, gentlemen, not the hostiles. That's how they're going to defeat you in detail. Some pot shots going down here. A wild grenade throw. Just short. If it landed up here, that would have gotten Bates. I heard an explosive go off. I think that's Banks just trying to detonate some areas, trying to find Michael. And Michael runs from that building after potentially hearing the beep beep. He runs away. It sounds like those are charges going off. And we see another charge. Here it go in. Michael's trying his best to run. I think he's dead. He survives because he was in a part of the texture that didn't fully collapse. Interesting. Hey, Satchels get it done. Maxic taking fire. Tackleberry poking out, not realizing that there's a Green 4 guy right behind him. Thermite grenades being thrown out. I don't think Green 4 need to be counterattacking at this point. They just need to hold their positions and pick off who comes to them. Because if they start running out of the sector, that's going to allow for Blue 4 to get less of a ratio of their remaining forces in and still win. But when you have PvP come down to the last, third of the player base still on, it really just comes down to whoever's still alive is going to be making the right or wrong calls that'll determine the game. Rambo Bambo sniping out that one Blue 4 guy over here. Banks now left alone. That was Tackleberry just killed off. Kabubi gets another great kill. As the medium machine gunner up here, he's on 5 so far. This man has held it down. Tries to catch Bursty, forces him off that window set. Ash gets picked off by Norris. This is what I was talking about. Just keep your guys on Overwatch. Pick them off as they come to you. Utilize these open air avenues of fire, and you can mow everything down. You shouldn't be trying to run out and counterattack like this, because then you are going to give away your fortifications, your cover, your Overwatch, and then you're going to get caught in the open area and taken out. Now you got Nafs coming around on the rear. He's bypassed Blue 4's line. Very risky to do. This only pays off if you have a solid defensive line actually holding Blue 4 in place. Otherwise, they're just going to continue to push into the sector, completely bypassing you. So Naf's only able to do something like this because of what everyone else has done. I think he's about to get the kill on. Yeah, beautiful headshot there. Maneuvers and flanks only work if you can keep your opponent pinned, because if they maneuver too, you're done. Fawn's climbing up and catching Kabubi, ending his kill spree at, I think, 5. Might have been 6. Norris spotted Fonz, though. Tries to get the pick off. Naf's coming around. Put some shots in somebody. Just heard an RPG fire at Lolo, but that forces him out of the cover. Blue 4, meanwhile, we do have Goose in the back line, and I think that's Misfit's clone. Right now, it's, I think, an even game. What? We have 7 Blue 4, 8 versus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the defenders now have a slight numbers advantage, but with PvP this close, it's anyone's game. It's just going to come down to who has the better position, and right now that is Green 4. But if Green 4 decides to get overly aggressive and push where Blue 4 is, you know, actively listening, that could change on a dime. Maxic lining up some beautiful headshots there. Lolo should have had him dead to rights, but Maxic kept moving left and right, and that just stopped him from lining up those shots. Meanwhile, Norris and Bursty unable to line up the headshots on each other. Blue 4 staying outside of the zone. Bake's waking back up. Vaughn's taking some flanking fire. Gets knocked out. Double capped, and the bullet's velocity knocks him further out. I always love seeing bodies fly away because the bullets literally carry them with it. It's nuts. Yeah, Fawn's with the frickin' Mini-Me. That's the gun to have in this situation. MG3 debatably better. Just depends on how stable you can keep things. Samuel running around. Charlotte trying to come up on the stairwell to get a little bit of elevation. Not a bad call there. Might catch Samuel. No, Samuel's moving up to the rooftop with Kyle. Not gonna lie, SVD in this situation, I mean, I think he took the scope off. Yeah, he's just gonna use the iron sights of it. That's funny. Oh, they could catch Charlotte on the ladder. They don't push, though. Samuel poking around. Might catch Charlotte right here. Nope, Charlotte gonna get on the roof. Charlotte doesn't check the right. But unfortunately, the shots don't fully land. Oh, but the GL on the board does! Oh! They're not gonna know they got Char there, but damn. It's 3 to like 8 or 9. I think Beige just fell off of his building. And yep, okay. Well. Oh no, FAMAS is in this environment. You would not have a higher fire rated assault rifle. God, if the Blue 4 was German instead of French cotton CQC here, they would. Even though they'd only have 25 round magazines with a gun that has a burst fire mode, and the magazine's not divisible by 3, it's like, alright, whatever. Look at that grenade throw. Oh, but it gets caught up here. Maxic volts off. I expect it to roll back down and get Maxic there. Bates, I think, hears the footsteps under him. Wow, Rambo blows him away. Thermite grenade going out. And a satchel. Mac, run. Run, that's a satchel, you fool. Ooh, what's this pretty box? Rambo's gonna find this freshly ragdolled body and go, you good? Guys, if you hear beep beep and you see a green box on the ground, run the other way. Take it from someone that knows what that is. Run the other way, please. All right, Bursty, no kills. True to his name with that mini-me. Can Bursty channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match? Oh, I was kind of expecting Naps to like come into shot and immediately shoot him. All right, well, let's try that again. Can Bursty channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match? Do you have a GL? He's gonna wait. Head leaning forward. He tries to get the shot on him. Oh, damn it, Naps. Clutch your kick. Clutch your kick. I mean, we also have Goose, but... Oh, that's second story coverage, but they're going to be exposed head first. I think Michael sees. Yep. Grenade him, Michael. He might be out, though. That's an explosive charge. That... Bye, Bursty! Well, Bursty is officially... burst. Anyway. I'll go smack myself later for that horrible joke. It's now up to Goose. Can Ground Command do it himself? Web Knight Melee or SOG Prairie Fire Melee? Web Knight Melee. But it does its own system compared to SOG's, which is built in for vanilla, but can also work with Ace. You gotta test it, though. You have to test both. Both. Blech. English. Okay. This is gonna be the most hardcore game of Duck Duck Goose you've ever seen in an Arma 3 PvP server. Okay, I'll go first. Duck. 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 Oh god, he's climbing. Oh god, Goose. Oh, that's a stolen mini-me too. See, and then they all run around. Don't you love this game? Alright, let's try that again. Duck. Oh, he's got the -1 because he blew his buddy up. That's even funnier. Duck. Hunt stole the mini-me. Good choice. Rambo is throwing more stuff out there. That's fine, but duck. 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 Charlotte, I watched you get blown away. That was funny as hell. Duck. Oh, God, Goose. This is the part where he runs, right? Oh, God, he just got floated. Goose, you're supposed to run when I say Goose, buddy, not stay there and get shot in the fucking face. God, someone needs to remind him how to play that game. Oh, yeah, Green 4 won, by the way. Huh, crazy how that works. And a satchel went off. That was a close fight. Green 4 got really lucky that Blue 4 divided themselves like that and made a massive map blunder on the north. Didn't really pay off that much in terms of Green 4 should have been able to get more kills off of that, but, you know, it happens. All right. And now I have the lovely misfortune of being able to co-cast with Dream. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, that was... I thought I was actually about to get complimented for once. Good things never happen.
No, they don't. I'm sorry, buddy. How are you?
I'm splendid. Absolutely splendid on this fine Friday. Because it is coming home.
Did your Tory payment go through?
No, I'm not a Tory. I voted for Green.
That's something a Tory would say.
It's not. A Tory would say I voted for Conservatives.
No, but that would be too obvious.
Why would I...
So you would pick Green to, like, fall back on, right?
Why would it... No, that's the opposite. I would have picked Reform.
No, but you don't want to make it look like you're too desperate.
But they got... no. That joke's been running for an awful long time now.
What joke?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you playing DayZ?
Yeah, DayZ will be tonight. I'm running an Arma Op too.
I know, I heard.
And I think there's still like 2 or 3 slots, but it's like with 4 full squads, so.
Hey, if I'm around, I'll come in, because I know you love me at your ops. Because you attach me to drones and...
Oh, no, that's only Pog. I mean, Pog, I have the right to bully for money, you know? But my guys in my community, I tend to be a bit nicer, too. Well, yeah, that's because you're a Tory. I'm sorry. You're Dream.
Okay, great. So, it's nice to know you don't go after me for my political views,
yes,
which
yes,
aren't
of course.
real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. I forgot you're an NPC. All right, let's see.
God, I wish.
Blue 4
I would
is
give the best
attacking.
Hi, chat. It's been a while. I missed you.
2 Green 4 sectors and a terminal. Blue 4 has
be nice to me.
an 8% numbers advantage. 2 BMD 2s and transport, while Green 4 has... Am I reading that right? 2 BMD 2s versus a standard BTR 80.
Yeah. This is gaming.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. All right.
That first mission reminded me of the old days when we used to do 3 teams, rush objective.
Oh, I loved Rush.
That's what I remember, because we got out immediately and someone just called, "Hey, there's contact over there." I was like, that was quick.
I remember the Blue 4 group that went up to the north got stuck on a fence that they couldn't knock over with the Vic, so they then come around and then immediately drove into Green 4. Yeah, it was funny as hell.
Great, sick, nice.
Mm-hmm.
We just walked out and died.
Yeah, that's how FNF works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
I love gaming. Didn't I got like 3 kills last week. That was alright. How are you, Liru? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just setting up for, it's going to be a busy weekend. We've got, 4 ops between now and the end of Sunday, on top of a bunch of other streams I want to do, so a lot of new stuff too, and then I haven't touched editing since the 24-hour stream, so my drives have filled up like crazy, but, it's just been a very fulfilling week. I got a new fridge, and then we moved the old fridge to the basement, so now we have double fridge room. It's great.
Double fridge?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can keep all my homebrew cold.
Power consumption.
It's actually quite nice. The next step is to rig a bicycle to the electric grid and then pedal my fat ass to power the house.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. And you stop paying money to electric companies and you get fit.
Oh, I mean, I'd also love to do solar panels, but there's so much red tape in the United States.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Basically a lot of extra bureaucracy that makes things more expensive. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me just let me get some scissors. I don't even have scissors on my desk. I got knives.
Hey.
But if I bring those to Britain, I apparently get arrested and thrown in jail for 6 months. Ha! Crazy how that works.
Well, at least we don't have guns. Hey, at least every unfortunate murder that happens in our place is because of a... you know what? Weird tangent.
No, come on, Tori. Come on. Come on.
What do you mean, Tori?
Come on.
It's... stabbings. They are they are bad. Don't like them.
Okay.
Don't like them.
Yeah?
Not a big fan.
It could be worse.
All
right? Your government leader could be addressing President Putin, and shaking his hand and all that crazy shit. Right? Did you hear about that? That was funny as fuck. Yeah.
Our prime minister recently didn't they go to America? Where's the NATO summit? Does anyone know? I don't know. Our prime minister recently talked to Joden. Thought I'd say his name differently.
President Putin and Vice President Trump. God, the past few days for American politics have been wild. Not gonna lie.
As a British man, I watched the. Obviously, we don't want to go too far as politics, but I watched the debate, and oh my god, it was
the debate between Biden and Trump.
I was like sitting there playing Elden Ring, watching on the side, having a great time.
It's okay. Maybe we can host the next one at Top Golf or something. Though have you heard that Trump challenged Biden to a game of golf, and if Biden wins, Trump would give $1 million to a charity of Biden's choice. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like shit like that. Let's take all of our political leaders and settle our debates through shit like that, and just losers have to pay charity for a good cause. I'm totally down for that. Fuck it.
Do you know how you do like the month, like I don't know if it's bi-monthly or monthly, you do like different junior Zeuses come in and make missions, and
from the for the Zeus program.
Biden, Trump both make a Zeus mission. Liru is the when we all play it, see how it goes.
No.
Or we can show Trump. Yeah, no, you could show Trump your most famous video.
Oh yeah, right. What put me on the map in the first place? We built the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. France is not much better right now.
France, no.
Have you heard what's been going on in France? The world is just such a mess right now.
I know. I've most certainly heard what's going on in France right now.
Regardless, I'm glad you're all here to be entertained by some really silly PvP plays, because at this point, I guess escapism is all we got. Because good fucking God.
Your escapism is an American man and a British man. Who would have thought?
Give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Who would have thought? But mainly an American man. I'm hardly ever here anymore.
I'm just here to meme both sides at this point.
Exactly. That's what I do.
God damn. Well, I know you do. You're the Tory, but...
Oh, for God's sakes. in all seriousness, the last few days have been really, like, insane. Because in Britain, if you didn't hear, Reform actually ended up getting 4 seats. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but in our sort of government, it's an insane amount. I think it was, like, over 4 million votes.
Jesus.
And they are a very, very racist party. That is, like, not the good party. There are no good parties, but that one is specifically, like, terrible.
Whatever happened to God Save the Queen?
She died, man. She died. God did not save her.
That's why they were playing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead in Northern Ireland. Anyway.
Exactly.
Fuck.
It's not wrong. If you were in Ireland at the time it was officially announced, there was
I know.
screams and cheers.
I'm Irish.
Oh.
God, the pubs, even in the States, were frickin' packed.
Don't worry, you'll be cheering again soon. The King will be. Have you seen the King?
Oh my God. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. I don't know. Whatever. I'm excited for the Armo Ops we're going to do this weekend. I'm excited for the Armo Ops coming up over the next week. I'm happy that I've given my community the power to vote on what they want to play because we have so many freaking options. Oh my God. Dream.
Yeah?
Do you know what ChimpCon is?
I saw the tweet.
You saw? Yeah. Next month. So beginning of every month for the first 2 weeks, I host on the DayZ servers. I have a document that has a bunch of additional Arma 3 ops. And those ops are chosen in polls that I put on YouTube. That's the new system I'm going with it. So one of those polls is going to have the option of playing out what happened in 2022 when a truck carrying 100 chimps crashed and all of those chimps escaped.
And by the way, if none of you don't get this, it's because you've been brainwashed to forget it.
Yes. Basically, we are going to play out Harambe's revenge. I just don't know if we're going to... Oh, God, T-Far ate me.
Oh, so when's this 24-hour
Where will you be
DayZ
when
op?
T-Far strikes?
Sorry. When's this 24-hour DayZ thingy?
He can't hear me. He has his earbuds in. All right, there we go. No. Why?
Good chat.
Why is it broken? T-Far broke my mic. Great. Awesome.
Hello? Did you die?
Yes.
Oh, sick.
All right, T-Far reset my voice activation. That's why. But anyway, that'll be a meme op. I just wanted to determine if what would be more based, if we played as the escaping chimps and had to go raid an armory with our fists, or we had to go hunt all 100 chimps down.
I think...
That's a tough one.
Oh, that is a tough one.
Right?
Because it would be really funny to just hear everyone going...
Just making monkey noises and, just running down the highway. Because there's maps with good highways.
But it would be so much funnier, like, the
fear.
fear.
I'm just going to let YouTube vote. Yeah, no, the fear, but here's what I would do. I would take Web Knight Zombies.
Yeah, that's
and I would just apply that to the chimp models.
Can you pick like 5 people to be like some of the chimps, just so we can?
No, if you die, it's a standard Liru PvP zombie mission. If you die, you become the
chimp. But can you imagine, like in the jungle?
ChimpCon 1, there is an active chimp event in progress.
It's like
no, dream. Jungle. Play tonight's op.
Oh, okay.
Play tonight's op if you want some jungle stuff.
No. What you should do is, it should be in a just imagine like camera fades in, there's like ominous music in the background, and you hear like a couple shots from like an AK and then a scream and then just a chimp shout. and in the jungle you just see like little lights and then explosions and 100 players are just getting torn to shreds by chimps.
I mean, we have emu divisions in Vietnam. Might as well add the chimp divisions too. Good God. Here's the thing, though.
yeah.
I have to do it in a way that doesn't get me canceled because someone's going to take it there, and I'm going to have to go, no, that's not what we mean, you racist piece of trash.
Blame it on me.
Oh.
Apparently
Yeah, blame it on the Tories. You're right.
At this point, it would just be in character.
All right, I'm going to start the prediction for 15.
Yeah, what was it?
What do you mean confirm? Just run it, you silly.
What was it?
Chimps versus emus. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Chimps and emus versus the player base.
Do you want to be able to melee or do you want to use guns? All right. Round.
Oh, wait, the optional third option. Rather than it being you have to be the civilians who are being attacked by the chimp event, and you have to escape the island.
This is just going to turn into a campaign, isn't it? Like,
Oh
just
my God,
the
please.
various sides of the chimp conflict. I'm going to have to block out like 3 or 4 mission slots. Oh,
Yes.
God.
Okay, one more question. When is this 24-hour Daisy thing happening?
It's on the schedule, I think, 9th and 10th of
August?
August, yeah.
Right. Because I may or may not have been tasked with
August 9th.
Following you around for 24 hours.
I will be honest, I'm going to be starting an hour before FNF starts because I
Yeah,
want
I
to
don't
keep my
care.
Sunday too, so.
Yeah, I don't care. I
Okay.
don't care. I will get FF. My job is to follow you around unendingly and make sure you don't fall asleep.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure you'll be given an alligator to, like, fire next to my face.
So
Anyway.
I'm sure at some point I'll take breaks so you can have a nice bit of time on your own.
Okay.
But just
Or I'll just shoot you. Easy.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or when I just hear you start getting like ever so sleepy, I'll just like, well, it's activate time.
Jesus. All right. Let's go ahead and go over the tasks here. So Blue 4 have to hack a terminal and capture 2 sectors. Green 4 have to defend that terminal and 2 of the sectors. If Green 4 is able to defend at least 1 objective by the end of the timer, they win. If Blue 4 take all 3 objectives, they win. And of course, if you wipe your opponent in Friday Night Fights, you win by default. Mission briefing here. We've got 1,100 meters of render distance, 100 fortified points for the defenders on Green 4. Fortified color is going to be green because this is a green map. And then we have the time limit of 50 minutes. I heard a beep beep and saw a lag spike. Someone was trying to throw a satchel at spawn. Ain't that funny? Notes, all crossings marked on map ruins are as destroyed as they can be. BMD2 autocannon has been replaced with a 12.7 machine gun. Okay. Start zones are visible for each side. Background, a story has told its time. 2 warlords are fighting for the control. Yeah. As old as time is told as time, whatever you want to say. Are fighting for control of some key river crossings in the region. Area of operations, overall flatland, numerous low elevations, cut line of sights. Terminal area is comprised of ruins only. Excuse me, all possible crossings marked on map. Mission rules, none. Cool, team killings allowed. I love it when they do that. All right, load up for Blue 4 are Czech forces. They got SA-58s. They've got SVDs, Mini-Me's for their light machine guns. Mark 18s with 320 GLs for their team leads, AT4s for the single-shot disposable weapon, and Scorpions for their vehicle crew, that 9mm. Otherwise, they got 9 Gaz Vodniks that are amphibious for transport, and then 2 BMD2s. Their weapons have been replaced. So they have the XM312 machine gun, which I believe is the vanilla one. That one's slow firing, but you can also be very accurate with it, and it's 500 rounds. Jeez. All right, and then we also have the PKT, which, standard 2,000 rounds for that 7.62x54, and then it also has hull gunners, which have the same coax as the main gunner. Otherwise, Green 4 are going to be Vietnamese Army kits, so AK-74s with AKMs with GP25 systems, SVDs, RPG-7s, RPKs, PKPs, and PPSHs for their vehicle crews. They have a single BTR-80. That BTR-80 has the 14.5mm, which has it across... See, that's what's kind of unbalanced about this. Green 4 have 500 rounds of 14.5, but it's across 10 different belts. Blue 4 have 2 BMDs with a single box of 500 rounds of 12.7 they can just hold the trigger down on. So that BTR is fucked.
Yeah, it's good.
Gonna be honest, it is.
Well, actually, there is a true thing here to tell if it will be. What team is it on? Oh, yeah, no, it is fucked. I just need to Green 4 Echo R.
Yeah. Anyway, Green 4 also have 2 Land Rovers. Anyway, it's bad. Regardless, Blue 4, we have Smith commanding, NASA leading Alpha with Wonder as the marksman, Epicuro as the medic, Samuel leading Alpha 1 with Kyle Kajonovich, Lewis, Josel, and Filipino under him. It is Filipino. Okay, just brain farted there. Alpha Duo has Depso, Bluck, Kremet, Dixme, Lolo, and Factor of the House Logic. Cassidy and Bravo with Nemesis Malin, Iander, Cullis, and Iani. Skipu leading Bravo 2 with Wicked Quartz, Maxic, Thomas, Jensu, and Rambo Bambo Rocky 19. And it looks like Blue Force trying to make a human pyramid. Norris leading Charlie with Mike as the marksman. Capwell, Michael, Hunt, and Harrington, and Charlie 1. Golf 1 has Kabuki Face, Mark, and Steve. Golf 2 has Bates and Vagrant. So no Echo Matt team, which again they don't really need because they're fighting a friggin' BTR, and no Delta for medium machine gun assaulting. That's fine. Kiri leading Green Fort with Tendies taking the marksman slot in Alpha, and Misfit taking the medic. No leadership in Alpha. Alpha 2 has Bursty, Pierce, Murphy, and Snodjapair. Bravo being led by Commander Pickles with Mac Marine as the marksman and McBain as the group's medic. Bravo 1 has Twins, Tom or Charlotte, Olaf, and Patriot all together. Bravo 2 has Nekomata, Alexander Naps, and Lurch all together. Eric Kiri leading Delta with Ash as the medic. Gazog and Tackleberry taking the medium machine gunner roles in Delta 1. Banks and Wheaton taking the medium machine gunners in Delta 2. And then we've got Echo. So it's Goose leading the medium anti-tank team. Fawn's taking the medium anti-tank weapon. It's an RPG. Ah, boy. And then Tom's and Salt being the assistants, meaning that team has 6 warheads total, unless they were given a bonus one. Sometimes RPGs are, but I'm just going to assume they have 6, which is enough to take out 2 BMD2s, but oh, it's going to be a little tough to get close. And then you got Golf 1. The BTR is Lolo and Mangaro. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't even field it, but they do get drum round PPSHs, which in CQC is quite nice. Otherwise, looking at their sites, we got Terminal 1 back here and a bunch of ruined buildings. They are satchel-proof because, as they said, they're not going to get blown up anymore, so that is quite nice. Sector 2, meanwhile, in the middle of this village on Beketov, so we just have a bunch of individual little fenced-off properties here and a lot of open areas with a little bit of tree cover here and there. And then Sector 3 is also a pretty big open area. It's around a gas station. A lot of room to fortify, but at the same time, a lot of open areas around as well. Either way, I could see Blue Forge just blitzing the hell out of this AO. This one's definitely going to be a longer objective because of how spaced out everything is, but I don't know. That's a bit of a tough call. I mean, Green 4 only have the resources to really fortify and hold one sector, so I guess the terminal is the best one to hold because it's not going to rely on having the most people to prevent Blue 4 from taking it, but it's very leaning Blue 4 in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
They're fucked. Green 4 are so fucked.
Yeah.
Gave them a PMD with 500 rounds of 12, 1,000 rounds of 12.7 between.
Yeah, each vehicle has 500 rounds of a never-ending 50 cal like that.
Who's driving the thing? It is Kabubi. So we've got Kabubi, Vagrant. Okay, so Vagrant's pretty decent. Kabubi's good. The Echo team for Green 4 are 1WR, and say what you want to say about 1WR and how good they're going to be with their RPGs. Actually, they've got RPGs. Yeah, oh god. Oh, it's Fonz. Okay, Fonz is a good player. I know Fonz is a good player, but honestly, no one is as good as the man, the myth, the legend on the other team. Who's probably absolutely steaming that he's on the other team right now. If he's even here. He is here, and he's got a stick. But, oh my god. I mean, it's just going to have to go. It's going to end up being down to if Golf can just pull off something insane. And I'm actually noticing Golf don't have a gunner. They just have one guy who's going to swap in between. They Alright guys, round 3 coming up shortly.
Again, this is going to be a long round because there's a lot of distance that Blue Force still needs to assault through, but it's tough. You still have an FNF, a tendency of the attackers sometimes pushing the vehicles out on their own and throwing the match. So I'd say from an observer's point of view, there is still a solid chance that Green 4 could stock and eliminate the vehicles, but if Blue 4 just plays it defensively, they should be fine. However, I've seen plenty of assaults in FNF where I've said, just play it defensively and they're fine, and they've still thrown the game, but there isn't really much else for me to say, because at this point, we just need to see what they do. But Blue 4 have a pretty solid thing here. Just hit the objectives one at a time. There's a lot of room to basically cover your units by fire with the vehicles, and I mean 500 rounds for 3 objectives, just ration you know, like 100 round. No, just use your PKT instead. And then you have another one. Yeah, so here's the front PKT on the right side of the BMD. You just use that, or you can use your coax. That's 4,000 rounds. You can suppress both of those, or all three of those AOs to hell with that much ammo, and that's per. So,
but as much as I
this shouldn't be hard.
To make the joke that they should win this, but they might not.
I've seen crazier throws.
Yeah.
I have seen absolutely crazier throws in FNF, but you know, again, I don't want to say anything because I've been in situations like these where it looks like one side is completely rigged and then they throw it so freaking hard where I'm just sitting here like, what are you doing? I think it was one of the Sarani missions where Blue 4 decided to like put half of their forces up a ridge, run into the enemy's mat team, and lose everything. And then the remaining defenders just annihilated the stuff that trickled in. It was so weird, but Blue 4 had no reason. I think it was Blue 4 attacking, but the attackers had no reason to lose that fight. And they did because they made such weird calls. So maybe we'll see something similar here, but it's very, very leaning towards Blue 4 at the moment. It's... I don't know what else to say. Like, that's it, you know?
Yeah,
just kind of sitting on my hands at this point.
Like we said, it is up to I think it's up to how the Blue 4 plays those victims, because Smith, have you seen, because you obviously haven't casted in a while, so I don't really pay attention to who my commander is, but have you seen Smith command?
On and off. But I don't really have a lot of noteworthy stuff for commanders because most commanders play well.
Yeah.
Most commanders have a solid plan or they get taken out early on, and, you know, it's just up to the units to fend for themselves at that point.
So Kerry's on Green Force, but I think each... you're right. I don't think there's ever been a bad commander unless I took the reins, which has happened before. And I beat
Your name's Pierce?
I've beat Pierce as a commander.
No, you said... Okay, never mind.
Sorry, wait, what?
Nothing. Pierce is a great commander.
Yeah, Pierce is a great commander.
Yeah.
That's why he hasn't commanded in.
I want to see him do it again. I want Pierce to command Blue 4 right now because this is actually a perfect map for doing a rush. Hands down, the lack of enemy fortifications, the openness of these AOs, the fact there's only concealment. This is actually the perfect AO for Pierce to command, and I'm being dead fucking serious right now. No, tell me what is a better strategy here than just pushing in with overwhelming firepower. This is actually perfect for that.
Well, the viewers enjoy
I think the viewers would love to see a group just steamroll another group. That's so satisfying.
The player's enjoyment, I guess. But...
Like, you get an absolute slaughter when it's done right, but usually it's not done right, and then the side charging gets slaughtered, and the players or the viewers still enjoy it. So let's get Pierce on where he needs to go. Command.
Yeah, I guess why I don't know why I said Pierce. I actually meant the player's enjoyment, but I guess no one really cares about that anymore.
I mean, I do when I'm Zeusing, but this is commentary, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Fuck them.
But this is a commentary gig. People are here to watch people murder each other, not to see us yap. Chop, chop. If anyone knows where that's from, you're cultured. Anyway. I doubt it, though.
See us yap.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if Blue 4 lose this, then everyone on Blue 4 is on fraud watch. I mean, you never know. Green 4 might pull out the greatest plan ever. We might see the greatest play from a BTR, a single...
If this BTR beats out the two BMD2s, I'm going to take $100 and donate it to charity at the end of the stream.
I am charity. Please give it to me.
No.
Fuck. That was worth a shot. Yeah, I will support him in that. I don't have $100 or pounds to donate to charity, but I'll give Liru a pat on the back. That's all I can really do. But yeah, look, Lolo is an experienced player. How experienced in a solo BTR? I don't know.
Wait, he's soloing it? Oh my god! I thought one of the BMDs was soloing. I didn't realize it was the BTR. That's it. Oh.
Okay, so he's alone, but I am seeing there is a...
He's driving Echo around too. That's the funnier part.
So there is a gunner in there.
No, he's not. It's Mangyro. For whatever reason, he jumped into Echo instead of Golf. Lolo isn't soloing it. He is a vehicle crewman. You can tell because he has the PPSH. Same as Lolo. So it's not a solo game.
Well, who else?
One more minute. Well, it's all of Echo, but notice Echo has 5 people right now because Menugrayo, that's it.
So the Echo guy, for some reason, okay. So I guess that they're going to be traveling with that. Oh, okay. So I get it. So they're going to have a BTR as backup. Okay. Still, I thought that was soloed because Lolo was alone, and I thought that would be absolutely hilarious.
That would be.
That would be incredible if Lolo pulled it off. I take it back. The BRDM almost just flipped into one of the vehicles and killed itself. That literally almost happened. The BMD2 almost clipped into Bravo 2, which would have been really funny to start.
Rounded start.
So Blue 4 are not going for a run.
Love you, honey.
Better run back.
Oh shit, chat. What should we get for dinner? The stream is screaming Bloodwing right now.
Hi.
He says hi back. I don't know. I'm not having any particular cravings.
Okay, well, are you drinking during DayZ tonight whenever you die?
I'm probably not going to drink for DayZ because I have some mission files to finish up for tomorrow, but...
Why didn't you get blackout drunk one night and make like a series of missions and just see where drunk Liru went with
because they're not going to be any good.
It doesn't matter. Drunk Liru?
I don't...
See where his mind takes him?
What did I just say? I just said I care for my players, not the opposite. Oh, Pad Thai would be... We wouldn't have any good Thai places around, though. I don't know why, but that does sound like it would hit the spot.
To be fair, we don't really have like...
What are our Asian options?
Chinese. Just get a nice dirty Chinese.
Is there a Korean fried chicken place around?
Oh, don't, man. I really want a Chinese now or Korean fried chicken.
Get some Korean fried chicken.
Brother, I have no money.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Korean fried chicken.
God, now I'm hungry.
I'm spoiled on sushi, though. There's a $24 all-you-can-eat sushi place that also does really good rolls by us, and they don't just do sushi, they have a lot of other stuff.
Is that what you went for your birthday? The same one?
Yeah, Sushi Ohio. Literally went there 3 days in a row, because I was starved for good sushi. Nah, Korean fried chicken for me, honey.
Do you know what I'm having for dinner? I'm throwing it. Actually, you know what? I might actually make myself some pasta tonight.
Alright, so let's look. Green 4 setting up an all eggs in one basket defense on Sector 2, because that's the one that they can actually like stretch out.
Oh, here we go.
On
Wait.
places
Echo.
here.
I think it's Echo. No, it's
Delta
not Echo.
deployed in the defensive line
yeah.
in the forest, as Blue 4 have deployed in it as well, so we'll have some forest fighting CQC as Blue 4 is just pushing right in. Look at that rush play, though. I love it. They even dug a trench up here, though, so they slid in by cutting their engine, and now they're being cautious with it. I wonder if there's a hidden explosive trap somewhere to blow the building.
Surely gonna hear the BMD2 Delta R, and they're gonna just shout at Echo to come over here.
Yeah, because Green 4 Delta doesn't have any AT capability, but they are calling for Echo at the VTR to come in, yeah. Oh. Stop talking about food, I'm already hungry. Bro, so am I, I'm hungry.
Stop talking about food, you're making me hungry. You're co-caster.
That's okay, you can just get some food. Oh, wait. You're co-casting with me. We're stuck here.
God damn it. I can't even order anything, man.
So BMDs on both sides of the river.
I think the best way you're going to use these BTRs is, this BTR is to just stick them in a position where they can see open ground that isn't directly at... Oh, that's the first
Heard a gunshot.
That was silly.
That might have been a misfire, which is even worse.
I think it was Gazarg to Delta 1.
Yeah, on the northern side. You already see Blue 4 now turning and moving north.
Yep, that was... Oh, no.
But this might give him a position to be flanked by Wheaton. Look at Wheaton's little spot, though. That's evil. I love these forests, though. So many good places to hide.
They've got the camo to stay hidden, but Blue 4 do have a decent camo for this area as well. Not the best, but not the worst. Walk into Wheaton's line of sight. No, Hunt is just blocked by the tree.
Banks covering the north. There's some bushes and shrubbery in the way. Banks not sure if he spotted Michael as he crossed. Might spot Hunt here.
Surely he's got to see Hunt. Oh, no, he looks away.
No, Hunt's just behind the bush.
He looks away.
Oh, Banks sees him. Open up. There it is. Beautiful. Second shot was the headshot. Double taps going in.
Banks just needs to reload. Interesting. That holds 100 rounds.
Yeah, only fired like 5 or 6 shots.
Yeah.
Decides to do a full box reload. That's fair.
I guess those 5 rounds are going to be important. More shots going out.
Yep, that's Harrington
takes out
engaging.
Soul, but he's going to run straight into Banks and Wheaton's going to see him.
And Wheaton blows him away. A little bit of crossfire, but looks like it doesn't get any friendly fires, which is good. Sector 3 officially taken. Blue 4 has a big chunk of infantry here that could be defeated in detail, though. Green 4 really pushes this. But we see a lot of grenades being thrown now.
Do you know what could end up losing it for Blue 4 as well? Because we've seen this multiple times when they have really good Vics, or a team has really good Vics, they put them in reserve because they're scared to lose them. But then the entire team goes and dies, and it's like...
Well, yeah, the Blue 4 made the mistake of putting infantry in a position where the vehicles have no ability to support them.
Yeah.
In a field, in an AO where you have a lot of open areas, Blue 4's critical mistake was pushing infantry through this forested spot. They wanted to then get on overwatch positions, but that would have also been on the river, when in fact it would have been better just to utilize the terrain south of the river to cover with the vehicles.
Takes out Norris. Is that nade? That nade won't finish him off, but Norris is down in the field.
It's going all right, but I think Blue 4 made a pretty critical mistake here, and that might give Green 4 the ability to get some free kills here. You already see that the rest of Blue 4 isn't coming in to reinforce. They're trying to flank around. BMD driving even further away. But now we potentially are going to see the BMDs out of position. And this could be how Green 4 still bounces this back. Just saw Green 4 get another kill. Norris wakes back up. Tackleberry, though, getting flanked and taken out.
Gets distracted by the shooting down range. Actually gets spotted, but
knocked.
Zag doesn't realize he's being shot and gets taken out. BTR is going to slowly make its way down the road. This is a bit silly.
Well, the BMD also coming down the road. We could see a long-range vehicle engagement.
Yeah, but who wins this?
They might be able to call Michael up from Charlie 1 to push north and hit the BTR. BTR now going further off.
BTR wants to go make sure they don't flank.
3-4 pulling away.
Well, at this point, you just would. You've gotten a good chunk of kills and traded off 2. Kazag actually
taking more fire. Grenade goes off, but the tree trunk saves him. I think he's popping some smokes around.
Yeah, he is, but he's got Mike and Norris on his back, and he gets taken out again. They're going to hear that BMD2
firing.
Well, actually, that might be just loud, quiet enough, because the BTR is obviously a very loud vehicle that they may just not be able to hear it.
Kazag knocked out again. BTR, I think, is going to do a massive flank around.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Kazag waking back up a second time.
Insane. How many bullets has he taken now? But he's coming out right to Bravo.
Huntire is going in the air.
But this is what Delta Green Force should be doing. They just run. You don't have to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Your aggro team is so valuable that what's the point in risking them in a firefight that doesn't have to really happen? They have to come to your objective, so make them come to your objective. But you're right, BTR is going on a... Nope, BTR is going across the bridge. BTR's going to go watch the bridge.
Gets knocked out in the rear again.
BTR's going to go take the bridge, which isn't really a bridge, but more of just a low ground, or low water. And is going to go watch the bridge, I guess, to make sure they can't get a vehicle over, but the vehicle's just going to push over the...
Kazag is the luckiest little shit on the server tonight.
Is he still alive?
It's like his 3rd knockout and wake up.
How much do you think he pumped himself full of blood?
He's not the medic, though. He's a machine gunner.
Yeah, but if you have a...
He's trying to catch Mike here. Can't line the shot up on Mike, though.
A lot of what you don't see on the floor.
Norris finally gets him.
Medics will go around and give everyone a liter of blood.
Look at Blue 4, though. They're flanking around to go to Terminal 1. This is going to cause the final fight to be on Terminal 2, but Blue 4 could end up with a force split.
I think they probably want...
Double taps.
Delta running away. Echo are actually moving across, and they... Oh, no, BMD2's gone way too far now.
Yeah, I think it's repositioning to assist the fight going to Terminal 1 at this point. BTR crossed that bridge because it's basically pulling back to find an Overwatch position to hold Sector 2.
Yeah, I don't know what... I would have... I don't know. As that BTR squad, it's you. One wrong move and you're dead.
I'm going to keep it on the map. I'm going to be right back 1 minute.
Okay. My chat.
Don't do anything silly, Dream.
I'm not silly.
I will haunt your house.
Fuck, not again. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy, chat. I'm a good boy. Anyway. Okay. How are you doing? Sorry, I'll do my job. So yes, as Liru was saying, Sector 1 is being slowly approached by the Lolo, Depso, and that sort of squad. They have 2 vehicles in behind as the BMD actually comes up to support. Oh no, that's Alpha 1. BMD, I just don't really know why they're splitting their BMD 2, because the BMD 2 has such a long way to travel and isn't the most particularly fast vehicle, especially when it has to go through all of this shrubbery and trees it's going to get stuck on. So as soon as they take that terminal, Green 4 are going to know. I mean, surely they must already have an idea. But the BMD2, if you're looking, Liru went, are you a good boy, though? I am a good boy, Killing Owl. I am a good boy. I am the best boy. But the BMD2s are now very split, which I would have kept them somewhat together so they could support just in case that BTR comes up or they find the Echo Squad. Splitting them up like this means that if one of them goes down, the other one has to become like the heavy lifter, and then it just becomes harder for them because now Green 4 know they're only looking for one. This line over here that got into the original fight, they lost 1, 2... to be fair, they only lost 2 guys, which I thought it was more. Green 4, however, lost 3, Gazak, Tackle, and Wheaton. Which I'm actually just noticing now that Wheaton has 1 kill. So one of the other Delta guys must have got the kill. BMT2 is slowly moving behind, but this is the issue with having good vehicles, is that a lot of commanders will keep them in reserve in order to not lose them, but then they will end up not utilizing them properly. Is the BMT2 able to swim? While that was your top bar flashing, please do not make fun of me. It is because I use tab. It's really annoying. It's because I use tab as my push to talk. And tab is also the select, like quick select, and I don't actually know how to turn it off. Shut up. Don't make fun of me. It's just flashing lights. So, you know, my stream could be like, you know, it's flashy, it's cool. You come here, the cool kids come here, they come here to party. I'm shaking my head. Don't shake your head at me. Everyone comes here to party. Everyone loves me. But the Eastern Force have a really good line. Oh, they had a really good line going on now. It's more of a tactical blob. But Echo might be able to... No, can't hear the BMD2, unfortunately. Echo are holding in just southwest of where they originally were. But
doesn't look like much happened.
no, BMD2 is going to the northwest, which I thought was a pretty poor idea because you're splitting them up. But what I thought was the bad idea is that it was going to take the BMD2 ages to get up there, but I guess it didn't really matter. But I guess it's good to have the BMD2s split between, because now they're going to sandwich them and the BTR needs to pick one, and the BTR is actually on the same side as their Echoes. To be honest, the Echo just stay hidden and don't do anything and wait for the BMD2 to start firing, they'll be able to come up behind it.
Right, but how do they know, you know?
Well, when the BMD2 starts firing.
Right, but they don't know to stay there, you know?
Well, let's just hope they do. That's all I'm saying.
Because I don't think the team lead for Echo gets Hunt IR.
Bravo are actually making their way back to the BMD2.
Yeah, it doesn't have a GL.
They're actually remounting the Eastern Force. So maybe they're going to go north on the bridge and run straight into the BTR, or they're going to go for a rush now they realize Terminal 1 is empty.
And now you get to see how many people you can actually put on a BMD2. A rare sight.
That is insane.
But you can fit quite a big chunk of people in here. I guess on would be the better term.
Oh, they run up. Nope. Oh, I think they're out. Company HQ's
We're at 13 people so far.
Nemesis gets left behind. But you do
and then they got a bit of infantry to scout so they don't accidentally drive into an ambush. Very smart call here.
Well, as soon as this BMD2 takes off, Echo are going to hear it. especially if they go over the main.
Right,
sort
but
of bridge in
Echo
front
is
of them.
pulling back at the moment. Blue 4 have a few infantry out front to basically provide screening, which, again, really smart.
Oh, Alpha 2 firing at nothing.
Bang, bang.
It was Pierce. Of course it was.
Did they hack the terminal yet?
Nope.
Okay, so I think they're just securing it for any explosive traps, and then they're going to probably leave someone behind and then just assault the other objective so they don't tip off the fact that they're over there to make them think that, you know, they're all fortifying on the east, because I think they could do a rush play from the rear, and Green 4 is relying on them to touch the terminal for them to realize if they're actually there, so that might give Blue 4 a foot in the door. We see more Green 4 firing at Ghosts.
Yippee.
See, this is why in FNF I actually don't really like it when the rounds go to the full 50 minutes. I really prefer the shorter rounds because people are here for multiple rounds. Make them quicker, you know?
I don't think... Why are they firing at?
I haven't seen any Hunt IR rounds there. Echo's not over. Like, there's nothing to attract movement.
Oh, no, Snarge now.
All right, Blue 4's flanking around the
I think
northern
taking
side,
the
putting that BTR 80 in jeopardy. And there's a few infantry that have been left here as a feint, which, again, not a bad call.
You say jeopardy. If that BMD2 comes up, and maybe Company HQ doesn't spot it originally on the BTR, if it gets first fire, will have the BMD2.
Yeah, we'll be able to shred all the infantry up top.
And 11 people.
But that is why you have the Vodnik way out in front. Which is risky because I think Command's in that Vodnik, but at the same time, that's better than a BMD with 12 people on the roof.
If BTR doesn't get jumpy, then look. Why the fuck is a BTR looking north? It's like just. What I'm saying is that.
No, I was just trying to watch the dirt road, so it's actually in a good position to counter, admittedly. And I think they're just trying to lock down any areas where Green 4 might, you know, have Blue 4 come in on because they know that there's a big force right there and Blue 4 could then transition to that side. So I think that's a better call with them knowing that the 50 cals on the BMDs can quickly shred the BTR. So just having it in a position like this to lock the road down, it's not a bad call.
No, so I wonder what's going to happen here. Are the BMD and the Command Vic going to go on the MSR and move away from one, or are they going to take the open road and just cut
Real quick on the west, though, BMD is now moving to the AO. I think it's going to screen for the infantry vehicles. We're going to see a rush.
We are.
Yes. I'm actually really stoked for this because this is a type of Pierce play that actually works in this AO, and I'm trying to give Pierce credit for coming up with these crazy things, even though he's not in command, but, you know, other people have seen his tactics.
Okay, Command Vic is going to make its way towards... BMD Vic has stopped. It's going to let Command Vic screen.
Very risky to do, but, I mean, you're not going to have any better communication than the actual ground commander. Meanwhile, Green 4 ground command is going to have the BMD drive right onto him. So he's going to immediately be able to report this.
We kind of got out of the vehicle. Love that. Here comes Company HQ. Company HQ.
Vodniks glide in with no engine noise because they cut it early. That is such a good tactic.
Yeah, but Kerry was there, so I mean...
Right,
I
but I'm the BMD, but it hides. Oh, Naf's right in front and unable to get the grenade off. Hack starts. Causes a desync spike that allows that Blue 4 Gara's attack wave to survive. Back to the house, gets the other kill.
Is the BTR now going to just drive off and get caught from behind by the BMD?
Vodnik driving in the open. BTR might be able to intercept because that is command, but at this point, I think Blue 4 have their foot in the door.
BTR can't see it because of
Charlie, the roaming hilt. Charlie took out Tendies as well. And now we got this massive Blue 4 garrison in the door. We see Green 4 trying to route forces up, but we need to see that other BMD bring those forces in.
He's just doing spins in the water.
Oh! Bursty literally vaulted on top of Bluck and one-tapped him.
The other BMD is just doing spins in the water. His tracks are broken. They don't have the other BMD.
That's amazing.
Which is probably not really needed. Echo are now going to sort of double time. They're going to come behind Charlie. Blue.
No, Curie on the rear could do some significant damage here. He just has to play it smart. Gets a kill.
Yosu doesn't realize Kerry double taps a bit too many times. What can Kerry do? Kerry could probably take his track off, which would really debilitate it, but he has to get close enough for that.
Thermite grenades being thrown.
No one seems to notice. Samuel is the only one with sort of an inkling that something bad is happening behind him.
Blue 4 not having that other attack come in. Hack got completed. They all left the BMD, so
Murphy is the only one here with any AT capability to take out that BMD too. The rest.
We got Command coming in from his own flank on the northern side as well.
The BTR.
Curie gets another kill. Gets spotted, taken out by Samuel.
Look at the BTR. It's just going north. He's done with this shit.
Why?
Also, look at the other BMD too. It got damaged in the water, so they are all getting out.
They got out. Looks like it got dragged up, though.
Yeah, Marlon, I think, had to maybe pull out. There's blood, though. So something happened to it. Are those waterborne?
Now you got Green 4 coming in, but they're getting engaged from afar. Blue 4 still clearing this little hamlet.
Do you know what I think the BTR's doing? I think the BTR thinks there's a larger force at Sector 1, so he's going around to cut them off. Obviously, it was just...
Yeah, but that was just NASA who's now walking in.
Yeah, but I think that's what BTR believes.
That's crazy. Delta now trying to come up to counterattack Blue 4. But all of this force pulling is going to allow for the other BMD to come in and drop forces off. Look at this, though. Tendy's and Misfit heading north. They're going to run into Blue 4 Command and take him out, though we have Cats and Nemesis nearby, who drove in with Smith. Hunt IR, I think, just went up. And then you got Charlie for Blue 4 trying to charge him, but they're taking fire, so that's going to pull attention away from the Green 4 Central Garrison.
Echo lost their AT man. He's now in an open field, being covered by smoke to get that AT. Am I seeing this right, that the only AT that could have done anything is dead?
Fonz was the AT gunner.
Fonz is dead.
And he's dead, and the AT's in the middle, yep. So...
I called that out, but what I'm noticing is Bursty, was it? Yeah, Bursty had AT with him to take out this BMD2 in the hamlet, but died with it because Blue 4 have just been really good at checking corners and letting the
AT
BMD
fired.
fired.
Hits the fence. No pen. And the BMD is firing at Charlie.
You're right. How did it hit the fence but not go through? I killed a man. How did I kill a man through a... I don't know. Oh, that
more AT fired, and that hit the BMD. It's disabled. Delta now counterattacking from the north, get a knockout, but get knocked out.
And here comes the other BMD. But the other BMD is going to run on.
Jesus.
But it hasn't cooked off, so it's still repairable unless the fuel tank has been hit.
The fight right here, I would say, is slightly in Green 4's favor, but we're about to have a massive Blue 4 reinforcement wave from the north, put pressure on the central objective, and that's where I think this is going to turn around. Maybe we could see the BTR-80. If you notice where it is, I think it's trying to find a spot to engage, but Delta's ahead of it, so it's not going to do much.
That's what I'm saying. The BTR, Delta don't have the AT. Except, oh, no, they do. They have Eander, but...
Snodgefair just got a great double kill. He's on 3 kills.
If Misfits or Tendies calls over the long range now, that it's over here, and they know what the BTR is, again, all you have to do is press N to look at that. BTR will have kills.
Misfit with a grenade. He's not looking this way, though. He's hidden in the tree.
Smoke, man. That smoke from Eric, if that was a nade, that gets 3 people. Or close enough.
So the other Blue 4 attack now starting to get enveloped. Snodgepair coming around. Gonzalez crawling behind him.
So Tendies is pretty important here, because Tendies has got that rifle, and if you're slow enough...
BTR just got ordered to move north of that Blue 4 push on the northern side.
He did it.
Charlie have, for Blue 4, still pushing 2 guys to the central objective. There's a lot of linchpins for Green 4 right now to stop, but this could still all be countered.
So the only AT they have is Ian, who obviously we know is Ian. Ian is AT god, he can do it with anything, but... Does this BTR go for the infantry, or does this BTR go for the bit?
It's a good question. With the BMD, it's using both of its coaxes to fire into the garrison. We see some dead bodies. We see some knockouts.
None of them's going over. It seems they're going to go for the vehicle as they
AT
mount.
firing in as well. Grenade gets Snodgepair. Eric Kiru gets blown away. They got another Blue 4 kill. Blue 4 doing a great job of holding, but it's not by much.
BTR, turn your gun left. Yes. Yes, yes. BTR seen it.
Nope, panned over. Wait. He doesn't see it.
Oh, this is depression. No.
He can get kills on infantry, though. He doesn't realize he's looking at... Well, he might. Pull the trigger. Oh, BTR is right behind the Blue 4 attack wave. Could do some significant damage on the rear, but he needs to start shooting.
No, okay, here we go. As a player, this annoys me because I've had it before with a BTR or our vehicle. There's nothing. There's nothing. It doesn't.
Like, this vehicle could literally get 3 or 4 kills right now. Oh, and it kills Blue 4 Command. All right.
Now he has to look left. Now all he has to do
He has
is
to either go for the BMD or kill more infantry, because Blue 4 doesn't need command anymore. 50 cal now, firing into that Vic. It's over. And we see the driver gets killed. Gun is focusing. Gun disabled, and both crewmen are dead. Blue 4 now charging into the final sector. Grenades being thrown. They got their foot in the door. Honestly, if that BTR took out those 3 or 4 dudes, that would have helped this final garrison hold, but Satchel's even going off. That's killing a few more Blue 4 guys than Green 4. So yeah, no, if the BTR got those 4 kills right there,
this is what I meant. It all depends on your vehicles, on your vehicle crewman.
Yep.
I had it in a mission last week. I won't name whoever's driving the vehicles, but it actually made me very upset. I know as well.
Ezra, I think so. 45-month resub. We see sector not being taken just yet, but continue.
Round 2, final one.
Now it is.
Do you remember that?
I think I only covered round 1 last week.
So it was going into it. The tanks, one of our tanks was stolen.
Yeah.
They were stolen by a human being.
That's usually how stealing works.
But they stole the tank. That they stole it, Liru. How do you steal an enemy tank?
If they dismount.
Why were they dismounted? It's a tank. They're shooting at the oh no, okay, sorry. I thought they got into the. But it was
still up.
How do they steal our tank? It's a tank. It either gets destroyed. And this is the thing, they weren't shot out of it either, they just got out of it and were killed.
Timer's halfway through, there's a few stragglers around, but it's GG. We got a few Green 4 up here just harassing a BMD. It's over, fellas.
Let it be known that this has infuriated me, and you can hear it. You can hear.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice, but I've seen it so many times in FNF. I thought Blue 4 would misplay their vehicles, but Green 4 did.
So have I, but like, come on, like eventually it has to click. And I'm not trying to be like a dick or anything, but come on.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how it works.
At what point does it click?
Protection payment for the operators? See, alright. I'll do my best, but, I'll DM you something, buddy. That really was something.
Chat, I hope you all enjoyed me screaming there.
I'll BRB you 1 second. We gotta run something.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot to run it last time. 1 second. As an Arma 3 content creator, one of the most common questions I get from fans is where can I find a good Arma 3 unit to play in? One of my biggest recommendations is milsimunits.com. You can click on the Arma button on the main browser, and it'll take you to a page where you can see various different Arma unit listings. Each listing has a nice picture representing the unit, a brief synopsis, and the information you need to join the unit. Unit leaders can also sign up on the website for free by simply joining the website's Discord. Like, I don't... Green 4 had an opportunity to sandwich the back force. I feel like it's one of those missions where if one asset did their job just a little bit better, I think it would have played out.
Look, this isn't
a lot nicer, you know?
Trying to be mean to the players in that BTR. It's very hard when you're in the moment. BTR's loud. Comms were probably completely broken down at that point. But if you're in that field and you have the chance to shoot people, don't sit there and wait. Shoot them, because in that stage, because there's so many blue foot, if you hit a friendly, it's like, come on, like no one's going to be too like upset at you. I mean, they might be upset, but honestly, who cares?
I'm upset.
I'm sad.
Christ.
I'm a sad little guy. I'm sad. I'm sad little guy. Well, chat.
Right.
I hope you enjoyed being absolutely annoyed because I just got flashbacks to that round too. I'm going to let Liru do the last round because I'm such a nice and gracious man.
Okay, thank you so much.
Please think of me when I die.
Have a lovely day.
Love you.
Yeah, okay.
Bookie.
I know.
Bookie bear. Bookie bear.
You scare me. I'm going to call the cops.
Love you. Please don't. Not again. I can't go.
Bye, Tori.
Fuck you.
Is this also on Bekatov, or are they changing the round? It is. It's called Trench. Interesting. Alright, let's see. This is round 3. Who are our factions in play here? This is Blue 4 and Op 4. Let me get this written. Where Blue 4 are attacking 2 Op 4 terminals and a cache. Blue 4 have an 8% numbers advantage. 2 M1117s. Oh, this is going to be asset overload. 2 M2 Humvees. Three M240 Humvees and MRAP and transport, while Op 4 have 2 Cord Statics. Technically 3 because the NSV, you can group all that together. Technically NSVs are supposed to have like 14.5 millimeter, but Arma has them all coded for 12.7.
Hi, Wevu Whiskey Cool.
Hey, Car. Thanks for the 39-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Am I reading that right? Whoa. 2 UAZ Dishkas, a BTR 70, and 4 D30 artillery pieces. Ha! No, they're AT. They're the AT equivalent.
Now.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no. See, thanks for the 8 months resub, and it's wow, 3 months in advance on tier 3. I appreciate all your support, buddy. Shoot me a DM. I am going to give you a special piece of information tonight to try to ensure your survivability. Okay? I will try. I'm not going to completely tip you off. I'm just going to give you a hint about something. But if you follow that hint, you should maybe survive. Possibly. Good luck. All right. Let's get ourselves slotted up. We got the prediction paid out. We'll start a new one in a bit. This is going to be close, though. In the event this round lasts over, we'll do our best to get everything sorted. All right. Just getting everything else coordinated here. Okay. I'm just a little... So I have the TeamSpeak posted in the Discord right now because I had a feeling, you know, what if FNF runs late? Because 3 rounds usually end somewhere around 6. Sometimes it can be as late as 6:30. Sometimes it's as early as 5 or 5:30 even, if the rounds go super duper quick. This looks like it's going to be a round that plays for a bit. The other one I think only lasted 25-30 minutes, which is nice. But it's the setup time. So we're at least in a sunk cost of it's going to be, what, another 5 to 10 minutes in here. That's going to take us to 5:15. 15 minutes to safe start, 5:30. And then 50 minutes, which means worst comes to worst, it's 5:20. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flash restart my Arma 3 server real quick so I don't have to wait and do that. And that can be ready to go now. Plus, there is meant to be a little bit of Arsenal time for the players if they want it, before I deploy them. But yeah, then we'll take a break, and then we'll run Daisy, you know, 30 minutes to an hour after the the Arma 3 mission concludes. Honestly, I think that mission's only going to last, like, you know, 90 minutes at most for gameplay time. It can be done in as quickly as 60, though. But again, it's up to the pacing of the players, but they have 3.5 teams, 2 air assets for support, and a command team. So that's a good chunk of units. Plus, they can kit themselves. So
LCPL
that's going to be a lot.
LCPL hype.
Max Chosen, thanks for the 9-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And then C, I need to have a chat with you this weekend. It's just because of scheduling and getting a bunch of other stuff done. I haven't been able to have that chat with you yet over the horror op you want to do. But we will be handling that this weekend. I've just been having to finalize the ops that were due last month because, you know, we have a little bit of crunch time where we run them over, and that's mainly because of the 24-hour op, taking one of my weekends and all that fun stuff. But we're going to basically get it back on track by doing some double ups. But, oh, it's tough because I know I'm going to be losing some weekends to IRL stuff, vacations, all that fun jazz. But nonetheless, hope you all have enjoyed your time here. Hopefully we'll get started with the 3rd round momentarily. And we'll continue to go forward. But we have a very packed weekend, a very packed Saturday. And then next week, we're probably also going to have a very packed Saturday. We have at least 4 things scheduled. I might schedule a 5th because I'm crazy. But we'll just have to see. I think my goal right now is to really rebuild the front log on the VOD channel, because there's going to certainly be a few days where we're off, especially on critical days where we have multiple streams, and I would like to get that channel uploading 2 a day again, which means I also need to stream some mission dev, but I'm trying my best here. Just got a few more little IRL chores I got to do. I got to construct a cabinet. I've got to clean up some seeds, which it keeps raining, and that keeps freaking hydrating a bunch of seed pods I want to extract and get in the storage process, and it's like, Ghost Wolf, I think we're going to be on Razor server tonight. However, I am going to try to find some time based off of your schedule to go on your server. I'd love to double up on some Daisy this week. We'll see how things go. If not, I'm going to be honest, next time I play Daisy on a Friday, though, it's going to be your server. It's just, I'm going to be honest, I had such a long week of juggling. Driving me nuts. Oh, I try to wake up at 7:30 and 8, too. Unfortunately, my body doesn't like the fact I sometimes stay up till 3 or 4 a.m. trying to code shit. And it's like, yeah, you're staying in bed till 10. 7:38 p.m. Oh, okay, I thought it was 8. I could not imagine sleeping through the day and being a night owl. I did that a few days in college, but God, now
So,
me
let's
with
give him a warm welcome,
responsibilities. Probably not. Oh boy. Alright, slow to download, of course it is. Just hard to sleep? Yeah, I think we all have days where it can be really tough to pass out. But hey, that's what alcohol's for. Or melatonin. Whatever the heck frickin' depresses your body enough so you can finally pass the heck out. And be one with the void. Alright, but anyway, I'm praying for a quicker round, but we'll see how things go. Alright, now I gotta message C. Alright, I just wrote C's little tip there. Good luck, buddy. And if you have any follow-up questions, ask me over Discord. Don't ask in here because I don't wanna spoil it for other people. Look at this trench line though, and there's, oh god, this is they did not tunnel it. This is meant to be a giant like crater. Huh. Oh boy, we'll see what they did, and then we got a fortification right there. All right, Blue 4 coming in from the north. Hey, Wheaton, man, that's why that command is right there in top, right in front of everything else. I am trying to bring people on, but a lot of people just like to watch those voyeurs. All right, let's go ahead and set up our prediction. Once again, it's going to be a Blue 4 attacking, but this time it's going to be up for it defending. I'm going to set it to 20 minutes, because who doesn't like gambling? That's what we should do. We should bring this to kick. Maybe... Ooh... Okay, chat, hypothetically, what if we started streaming FNF on Kick, but instead of channel points, we had actual money? Since Kick is really just an online casino. I'm actually gonna message someone. 1 second. Wait a minute. If you want to bet with channel points, we can double stream to Twitch and... Okay, hold on. And then naturally, I keep 5%. It's just, you know, it's how things work. Yeah. Alright, let's see where that goes. Let's go gambling. CS bets. Oh my god. I would actually love to do that. And I'm going to be honest, like, all of the content I do, the one that is definitely, like, the lowest tier of how much money I make off it, and I got to think about these things because I make a living doing all of this, is the PvP stuff. That one, for the amount of PvP coverage I do between OFCRA, HK, TBD, FNF, and all the other various utility events that contact me here and there, it's a lot of work to process all of that. And I don't really make anything off of those. That's all just me having fun. Because I want to show you guys, you know, some aspects of Arma 3 that, you know, no one else really does, similar to Zeusing. So, if I can make a little bit of, you know, stuff for my time, not to pay for everything, because we make so much off of so many different things. That's how I'm able to fund all of this. You know, between DayZ, where I let you guys bully me, to Pay for Pains, where I let you bully the players that consent, to various other utility things like... paid ops. which aren't really bad. It's more of donations and, you know, contracts and all this other fun stuff, consulting I do. But, you know, I live humbly, thanks to you guys. But I'm able to make a living off of this compared to if I just doubled down on my cybersecurity degree, I'd probably be making double. Oh, but I would not be able to do this and cybersecurity stuff at the same time because that would be a full, like, 90 hours per 2 week sort of thing. And, oh, that's what Bloodwing does right now. Paid in exposure. Yeah. God, crying that, too. I don't need exposure anymore. I've seeped enough through the internet so a lot of people know what I am and what I do, and that's fine by me. I do really need to get the PvP channel back up and running again. It's just so much. Apparently there's a giant tower. Alright, I'm all for it. Let's see how things go. The house always wins. Just work on my Hugh Laurie impression. Hey, Yoshi, how you doing? Oh, boy. But look, I mean, suffice to say, I still am working on trying to get you guys a bunch of crazy content to work with. It's just, there's so much stuff going on right now, and there's a lot of transitioning of various things. A D&D campaign that I was a part of. Again, I don't make content out of it, but, you know, it's D&D, so it does take a good chunk of time every week. That started up again, so I'm in 2 D&D campaigns at the moment. 506 is fully transitioning to Reforger, and while I was kind of excited for that, the bugginess of modern Reforger with mods has kind of turned me off from it. And I'm really worried about that, so we're probably not going to be doing 506 stuff a lot, except for, you know, Secret Squirrel bi-weekly for Izeus, because I'm not probably going to do the ground Reforger stuff. Because in my opinion, it's just not ready yet. But once it is, I will be more than happy to start Zeusing on that stuff. But Reforger to me, like, just with all the bugs I run into, it's just, the base game is nice, public servers are nice, but it's not ready for heavy modding. It's just not that stable, unfortunately. But it's got some really good framework, like being able to instantly reconnect to a server, keep your kit, keep your gear. But, you know, if you run into a bug where you have to kill yourself, 50-50, your kit's not going to be saved. And you have to spend another 20 minutes rebuilding it because I had to go to 2 separate arsenals to build it. It's a step forward in a lot of areas, but then also a step back in a lot of areas, and we still need to wait for all those steps back to be brought forward again. Especially, I need a frickin' mission dev editor, man. I need that back. But regardless, let's go ahead, and this is a really cool custom AO. They've deformed parts of this hillside to make this area. It looks really cool. Let's cover that, and then we'll continue our rant, guys. But anyway, round 3 of Friday Night Fights. This is a rare treat because, good God, we have a lot to work with here. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at our mission details. So our tasks here, Blue 4 have to hack 2 terminals and destroy a BM-21. No. If only they could use it. But at the same time, I would say Blue 4 is probably within the minimum range. Wouldn't that be cool, though? If you had a Friday Night Fights op where you had to destroy one of these, it had no fuel but had a full salvo, and your spawn was at the edge of its range, and theoretically they could fire this salvo into your spawn as soon as it started. That way, if you stayed at your spawn point, you would get immediately nuked. But it still would take, you know, like a solid minute for the rockets to hit, so everyone just mounts up in vehicles and bullets out of there. That would be cool. That would be cinematic. That would light a fire on everyone's ass, and you have a 15-minute timer to set up your mission and your attack plan. So you would just use that to do it. It's not a rush, you know? That would be awesome. Write these things down, Wheaton. Anyway. Op 4 trying to defend both and defend the BM-21 from being destroyed. Otherwise, briefing, 1,500 meters of render distance. Fortified points are only 70. That's the lowest we've seen across all 3 rounds. But at the same time, you have these really nice custom areas here. So you don't really need a lot of additional fortified points, in my opinion. Fortified color is going to be green to match the forested terrain around here. And then we have the standard 50-minute round. Notes. Ooh, this is a lot. All right. In this mission, only the main objective, Objective 1, has to be taken for the attackers to win. Oh. That would have been important to know if you bet on the defenders. Which one's Objective 1? So I'm assuming the Terminal 1 is that objective then, because it's the first objective, so that has to be absolutely held. If it's not held, Op 4 lose by default. Oh. Oh, no. However, there's 2 optional objectives that can be taken by the attackers that will come with benefits for the attackers. This is cool. Wait, there's secondaries. Okay, taking Objective 2 will launch artillery on entrenched positions for 40 seconds after a delay of 20 seconds. Concrete bunkers should be safe for you to take cover in. The area is struck by artillery. The area is marked on the map. Taking the terminal objective will explode the towers inside of Mykolaiv Mound. So, oh. Huh. Attacker spawn is not visible to defenders. Take cover when artillery strikes. If a shell hits your trench line, everything that can see the explosion dies. I take no responsibility for any ballsy gangsta shit you try to pull. Someone's got a sense of humor. I love it. Background. No background today. Sorry for those that care to read this. No. At least it's not a crazy 20 paragraphs of chat GPT. Anyway, area of operations, the AO around Objective 1 and 3 is heavily entrenched and fortified. The defenders have many stationary AT guns. To zero them, zoom in once, plus on numpad, and zero with the, I can't read that, rightmost option, and keep the charge on max. Those guns will destroy every vehicle on impact. That's for the D30s. Defenders aren't allowed to climb onto the tops of anything that wouldn't be able to support their weight, like the camo nets. Fortifications like trenches are not allowed to be built inside or on top of the map trenches. Do not use static AT against infantry and get me yelled at. Just please, Nemesis will be passive-aggressive and slotting chat and I'll cry. True. Facts. Not gonna lie. Nemesis is very grumpy. Probably because Yanni's mom isn't giving him anything anymore. What a shame. Anyway, Op 4 loadouts are Russian Ratnik Woodland kits. We got AK-74s with MPZ railing on top, SVDs for the marksmen, RPK-74s for the light machine gunners, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank with 2 rounds, GP-25 systems for the AKs for the team leaders, PP-2000s for the infantry crew. No... I guess if they do have a medium anti-tank, it's probably another RPG team, but we'll see that in a second. They have a BTR-70, 4 D30 guns with 5 HEAT rounds apiece. Oh boy. 2 Dishkas with, are on top of UAZs. An NSV static, which just has, 12.7, and then same thing on 2 standing cords. Blue 4, meanwhile, their loadouts are Marine Woodland Camouflage. We got I-27s. Mark 18s with 320 systems for the GL, Mark 11s for the marksman rifles, M249s for the light machine gunner, single shot disposable AT4s for the light anti-tank, medium machine gunners and Delta get the 240 Bravo, or Golf technically, and then MP7s for the vehicle crew. They have a transport MRAP that is unarmed, 3 up-armored 240 Humvees, 3 transport trucks, single unarmed transport Humvee that can carry 4 people, 2 up-armored M2 Humvees, and 2 triple 117s with its GMG replaced with nothing. It just has 50 cal. All right, I'm actually kind of for that because those are meant to be scout vehicles. Looking at our roster, we have ground command on the bottom. It's Smith. Alpha being led by Salt with Toms, Pupper, Bursty, Tendies, Naps, and Nakamata under him. Wiki, Quartz leading Bravo with Rambo Bambo, Rocky 19, Helenorez, Max 6, Skipu, and Jazu. Charlie being led by Yanni Finn with Azariah, Mal, and SL Dream, Twins, Patriot, Cullis, Iander, Cats, and Nemesis all under him. Delta being led by Banks with Eric, Kiru, Gazag, Wheaton, Tacklebear, and Ash. Snatch Bear and Goose being Golf 1, Golf 2 has Fonz and Pierce, probably vehicle crews for those 117s. Looking over at Vagrant, who is on command for Op 4, NASA being the Alpha squad lead, Zixme being his marksman, Ivno Bane being the medic, Alpha 1 being led by Lolo with Bluck, Wonder, Effect of the House Logic, and Kremet. Alpha 2 has Samuel leading Kyle, Epicuro, Lewis, Josil, Depso, and Kajonovich. Curie leading Bravo with Mac Marine, McBain, Commander Pickles, Steve, Kabubi Face, and Mike. Campwell leading Charlie with Michael Hunt and Norris. Charlie 2 has Bates and Harrington together, and the Golf 1 for the BTR-70 has Lolo and Alexander. Overall, let's look at the objectives here. So we have the BM-21, which is kind of on its own, right next to a forested area with some pretty nasty hilltop coverage, kind of blocking the lines of sight of this base. I do like the amount of second story coverage here, but this is literally a kill box. If you get stuck up there, you're kind of dead. But we do have this nice little Overwatch battle tower that is going to also provide some really nice Overwatch for the rest of the AOs here. So this is a really, Really nicely made AO. It's a shame, though, it's not going to be too well defensive for the defenders with, you know, only like 30 to 40 players. But it's nice. I do appreciate it. I always love seeing custom spots like this. I'm just flying my camera underneath to see if there's any underground zones, but that is fine. Looks like it's all flat. So that is to defend the BM-21. Also note, it's already wounded. So I'd imagine if AT hits this, it's going to insta-die. Meanwhile, looking over here, we have this terminal. This is also another secondary objective. We have a lot of bunkers on the outside of it to cover it. And it also begins this really nice deformed trench line. That is really, really beautiful. I can tell a lot of time and effort went into this. And you can see where they, you know, even put some details like extra sand or dirt from the trench line. They actually like put that off to the side. That's really, really cool. And you got all these crazy little gun positions for these D30s. This is actually really inspiring because I need ideas like this for a campaign I'm going to be debuting hopefully next week, but wow, this is good. And then we lead those all the way into these custom fortification areas here. Looks like nothing underground on this spot. This is the terminal. I think that's actually worth it on Terminal 1. So some pretty hefty kill zones in these areas, but they also have some hills that infantry can come over on. That is quite nice. You got a south-facing D30 in case Blue 4 tries to be cheeky. Where are the other D30s? We saw one over here. That's covering that entire zone. There are 2 others in the AO. Look at all those fortifications. Got some blown out vehicles as well. Very, very nice. 3rd D30 up here, and where is that 4th? I'm looking. There is allegedly a 4th one somewhere. That might be it. Nope, that's a camo net.
Liru, I want my goat back.
I want my goat back too. Possibility of multiple BM-21s firing salvos overhead, please. I don't have control of that, Maxi. I'm going to be honest, if I did, I probably would. I would probably detonate it towards the town, maybe instead the open area so it doesn't cause a lot of stuff to blow up to lag the server a bit. But if I had control, that might be the 4th one. Or did I already? No, I think... No, 1, 2... Hold on. 3, 4. Okay, no, we found all 4. It's just in the big camo nets. If I had control, I would, but this is only a spectator interface, not a Zeus interface, so I cannot grant that request. I apologize. I'll give you 2 rounds of Plinko tonight, though. And that creates random stuff that'll probably murder me. Alright, can someone remind Razor about that in case I forget, but I will do my best to remember. Hey, if you can't torture the players, I'll at least let you torture me, buddy, alright? We'll make sure that money goes to somewhere, because it's gonna end up in the frickin' wedding fund. You know what's soul-crushing, guys? When you're getting married, you're setting up your wedding, you realize, you know, I only have, like, you know, 25 guests I want to bring, you know, per plate, only a few $100. That's only a few $1,000, so it's not too bad. That with venue, all of that, you know, I only have to spend, you know, in total, like 20K. That's not bad. That's great. And then you look over at your fiance and she has like 250 Greeks she wants to invite. And, you know, per plate on that alone, that's another like $20,000. And then she looks at me and goes, yeah, we're splitting it 50-50, right? Yeah? 50-50, even though I'm bringing 8/9 of the guests. And you're only bringing 1/9, but 50-50, right? 50-50. I love her. I can't strangle her. But, oh. No, 40K for my half, Dreadnought. Yeah. Anyway, who's ready to see Zeusing and Arma done till I literally drop dead on this computer? Alright, we got a few minutes left. We'll watch how Blue 4 decides to deploy themselves in their vehicles. But I'd do a small wedding, big money honeymoon. I wish I could. But Greek tradition, just watch the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and that's pretty accurate for what we have to do. And I have to go get baptized and all this other stuff. Yes, but we don't want 2 traditional Greeks that are first-generation immigrants with their traditional values to control. I mean, you know who Bloodwing is, right? She's a little crazy. but she has her own sense of beauty, and her parents are kind of the opposite about that. Just go to Greece, be cheaper flying them. Yeah, we actually ran the numbers on that, and it would be more expensive in some parts, but less expensive in other. But the other issue is my grandparents can't really travel. And I wasn't able to have a graduation for me because of COVID, so they weren't able to come out for that either. So this is probably like the last big thing I'm ever going to see them for. And normally I don't care about things like that, but, you know, it would be nice, you know? But again, if it's your wedding, you do it your way. Sorry, didn't mean to get super emotional there with you guys. Regardless, back on what I was talking about with the 506. So again, they're double downing on Reforger. I don't think we're actually going to see a Sunday op anymore because I missed the one on the 1st of the month. There was going to be one on the 3rd, but they're canceling that and instead doing a custom event, which is just a shooting competition, all this other stuff, and I don't... you need like a team of people to do that, and I only have Vix, so it's like, we can't duo our way into a 4-man group, but that's fine. I used to have a goal with the 506 if I really wanted to like do a Zeus campaign for them, but looking back, I mean, we recently did a 24-hour stream for 4 communities at the same time, so it's like everything's evolved with that, but, you know, it's a shame, because I really did enjoy going to that place and just having some, you know, standard Milsim experiences, but that's fine. DND can now go from bi-weekly to weekly on that slot. And that, I'm going to be honest, that needs its own explanation because of what I'm doing in that campaign alone, but still. Alright, safe zones dropped. 50 minutes... So worst comes to worst, it's going to be 6:20 when I'm getting people on the server. But I think this won't take time or go till the end of time. It's like Blue 4 just coming into the AO, dismounting the forest, taking Destroy Objective 2, flanking around to this forward spot, taking Terminal 3, and then pushing in through the trench line. Like, there's a natural way to do this objective. If Blue 4 go in the open fields, I'm going to be honest, I think they deserve to get D30'd into the face. But that's just me. Well, it's bi-weekly for the sessions, but we also have a dedicated Discord for, you know, character roleplay in between. But that's just one of the 2 campaigns I'm in. But I saw someone else come in and say they were a part of like 3 or 4 campaigns at the same time. I commend you for that. In the same way I commend people in Arma 3 that have to listen and be active on like 4 different radio nets at the same time. Like, the fact that you were able to juggle that much is impressive. The only time I'm able to do stuff like that is when I know I have to build like 4 or 5 mission files together that are due on the weekend, and I procrastinated or I was busy doing other work before we got to that. Like, that's the only time I can level up with that. Look at that little Xbox symbol right there. That's cute. Do I ever do things with Digby, Long Live Quebec, and Arma? Occasionally. It's rare. Sometimes I go to Digby's events. I'm in one of Long Live Quebec's Discords for him planning a certain project that he's been on and off over the past few years, but I'm gonna be honest. There's so much I do... And this isn't me trying to be standoffish or anything. This is just a genuine fact. Like, there's so much I do with Arma 3 that if I were to do more, the system I've developed is, again, the, you know, first 2 weeks of every month we put up the D goal. I show you guys what, in addition, we can do on top of everything else I'm already doing, you know, for POG or my own community because they have their own polls and whatnot. And then all of that extra work I put in, it doesn't leave me for a lot of time to do other events, or even go to other events sometimes. And it's also, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I do burn out on this game. It takes me a hot second, but I mean, after the 24-hour op, there's a bit more Arma I wanted to play on Sunday. I completely burnt out on that. And I was awake, too. I could have immediately gone to SOG, Prairie Fire, and played on the ground, but I just... Bloodwing kind of kidnapped me, dragged me up to bed, and made me go take a nap. And then after I woke up and that Sunday night, there was more Arma I could have done, but I just went, no, I am burnt out. But, I mean, Digby does good stuff. It's definitely more on the macro side of things, because he always has, you know, large-scale operations from, like, 80 to 120 players. And I'm going to be honest, that's really, really cool to play a few times. But, in my opinion, Arma's a lot more fun to play when you are not invincible, but you are in an opportunity to be invincible, which is why I like SOG Prairie Fire stuff so much. I know what I'm doing. I can run around with an RPD and just absolutely annihilate everything in front of me, even though there is every chance I get into a firefight, one shot in the head, and I die on Sundays when we play with SOG Prairie Fire. But I love that, because that just makes me feel powerful, you know? It's that high-risk, high-reward adrenaline, which other people, you know, play PvP to get. But I can get that same sensation just by doing some PvE and get really into it. And I love streaming that to you guys, and you guys get really into it with me, too. Like, that is one of my favorite things to stream. That on top of my Zeusing. But it's harder when you have massive player operations. You would think, you know, it's going to be an epic scale of everything. But the reality is, you're only getting a small piece of the pie because you're, you know, just a small cog in that machine. Which is why, over time, I've actually started disliking Zeusing larger scale events, unless they have something grandiose tied to it, like the 24-hour stream. But, I mean, that's why I don't really do MCOs tied to my community anymore, is because I don't really get that same rush with it. But, you know, we brought them back and we did two. The first one, which was Siege of Jadikville, I want to say, 7 or 8 months ago, was nice. And then we did a Vietnam one, and I kind of stopped after that because the communities kind of also butted heads. And I really didn't feel like intermediarying between them, because some literally stopped doing what their commanders were saying because they thought they could do it better, and communication completely broke down, and they got absolutely slaughtered multiple times because they stopped communicating, because they just got bitter with each other. And that's absolutely what I don't want to Zeus, you know? That's just me. Did we ever put a prediction up? Yes, we did, because I see the symbols. Okay, I was about to say, did I screw that up? Whoops. But yeah, Blue 4 doing a dismount here. Sometimes I forget, admittedly. One second, Bloodwind's text me. If I have a gap, I will, comma, but very big if there, period. She got a new fridge, and the first thing she wants to do is take my credit card and fill it. And I'm like, no, please. I need the money for the wedding. Ah. Got another X there. That's a cool little pattern. But Blue 4 looks like they're doing a massive dismount. They're going to flank around on the side. Op 4 have prepped for this, though. They've got a big chunk of infantry that they can send in the counterattack. Op 4 is doing their best to basically have forces on the side to envelop and hit Blue 4 positions as they assault from different angles. Tough to do. You got to pin Blue 4 somewhere to do it properly, but Op 4 also doesn't have a lot of outskirts defenses. They're kind of just holding this central spot, but Blue 4 did a very early dismount, so they don't, you know, have any engine sounds to keep the element of surprise. So it's going to be another, like, 5 to 10 minutes of maneuvering. But yeah, Arma, it's one of those rare games like Gary's Mod or Minecraft. The fun is what you build in it. And if you're able to build a lot, there's some really creative people out there that can build. Digby's one of them. And then there's some really creative personalities on YouTube that know how to expose the game. Drewski's one of them. And I've had the honor of playing with probably every big name out there. I can name a few that I didn't, but that's because they're very secluded in their own stuff. But, you know, there's been some good times. There's been some utterly horrible times, and I've got plenty of bad stories. Even some recent ones, mind you. But, you know, I'm just here to vibe. Show you guys what it's all about. Which is hopefully having fun. Oh, Mason, that sounds great. I'm going to be honest, like, the golden number of people I would say to Zeus for is probably plus or minus 20. Down to, I want to say, 12, no higher than 24. Because that gives you enough people to have a little command team to coordinate 2 squads, and then enough additional people for assets. And if you go down to 12, then it's just 2 4-man teams, a command team of 2, and then, 2 people for assets as well. Or you can just have a Zeus coordinate assets for you. But that gives you the number to scale things a lot easier for that player base, because, to freak out a group of 12, you only need to send, like, a platoon. And you can make the players tanky. Not overly invincible, but, enough to, if they're actually doing their job, communicating, using cover to cover, using their assets effectively, you can make something very, very rewarding with 12 people. Anything below, and it gets really difficult to do unless you use extreme settings like what I do in the 506. And even then, sometimes it's hard to make that all work, but they've got very forgiving medical, so I am able to put the pressure on them. And watch them, kill nearly 1,000 AI until they misposition themselves. Alright, we're waiting to see this team come in. Blue 4 making this really massive battle line in the forested area. That's going to be a little difficult to pull off. I think they're just spacing themselves out so they don't trickle in and hit a defensive line. Not a bad call. But, I mean, that's also why I like hosting my own Discord, because we can get anywhere from, like, 10 to 40 players if I just snap my fingers and, section things accordingly. But usually that sweet spot number of around 20 is almost always hit. And then it's just up to them to pull it off and for me to make sure that my crazy little idea I made is properly balanced, which admittedly recently hasn't always been the case, but I'm tweaking it a bit more. Because we have done a lot of crazy things. German World War II Stargate. The frickin' Rat Road bullshit, like all of that. It's definitely difficult to make work, but we got it. Mostly. I mean, tonight's mission, though... Tonight's mission is a playoff of a classic. Because I am the reason that something exists. And we're gonna see it tonight. And, that's the only hint you're gonna get. NSFW op is gonna be not this Monday, but the following Monday. And the reason we had to push it back is because the only day I could feasibly run it was a Monday. In terms of all the schedules of my moderators. But we had the Zeus rotation come up, and I pretty much... It got pushed out for time. So that's going to be another week and a half. But I've completely redone the final section and server-side tested it. But I haven't tested it with, the 30 to 40 players that would potentially show up. So, yeah, we'll see. Because that's the reason it died, was for whatever reason something was looping infinitely per player, and it's, not much I can do. Go get him, Tiger, exactly. Just take the players off their leash and let them leap at it. Back to the PvP operation, though. Still waiting on this group to get called in. Blue 4 not really going to hit a brick wall with these 2 areas here. What does scare me, though, is when these things get hit, the secondary objectives are going to happen. That's going to keep Op 4 pinned and possibly take a lot of attrition damage through the artillery that can be called in. So... I'm a little worried to see what also, like, quote-unquote, towers blow up. Let's look at the briefing again. So, taking Objective 2 will cause artillery. Taking the terminal objective will explode the tower. So, I'm assuming that means these will explode? Or maybe this will explode. But if that gets destroyed, then we have artillery coming and hit the trenches. It's hard because I see where Op 4's kind of set up their defensive lines here, but it leaves so much room for Blue 4 to get in the trench lines and start moving in, and that's what kind of scares me here. This is a really cool AO. I absolutely love it. I just don't think we have the manpower to properly defend it, That's just me. Oh, Raycon, I've been in so many groups where the medic somehow ends up on point. I will admit, too, I have been very bloodthirsty sometimes as the medic and ended up on point. And sometimes I realize and go, shit, right, I'm the mech, I need to pull back. And sometimes I don't. And then I, rightfully so, eat it to the face and end up an issue. Where's the squad medic? He was on point again. Damn it, Liru. I've heard that too many times. Which I get it. I get bloodthirsty. It's a video game. I want to shoot my gun. That's what 99% of the player base wants to do. They want to shoot their gun at something. That thing has to give them a threat. It could be an enemy AI. It could be an enemy player. It could be a vehicle. It could be a bunny that's charging up and is literally going to rip their face off. I love those ops. You know, we just got to make it work. Give the medic a knife. You give me a knife as a medic, I will literally run up, stab somebody, take their gun, and then go back on point if I really feel like it. Secretly gives us brownie points. Fair. I just realized I don't have the symbolism on my right side. I don't have... Oh, no, the timer, I think, waits till 15 minutes, but that, huh? Weird. So I gotta rely on this clock, which I have to factor in the 15 minutes of safe start. So we're already down to, like, the 35-minute mark. Because Blue 4 have decided to spend so much time maneuvering through the woods. 50 cal firing. Trying to kill off Kyle here. And now we got Op 4 charging. With the two UAZs, they're going to try to get on the rear of Blue 4. Blue 4's really spaced out, though. They might hear this attack coming. Still have the BTR holding on the back end, though. I commend Op 4 for this plan because, again, they're trying to sandwich Blue 4 between the defensive position and all the forces in here, but Blue 4 are just staggering everything in instead. Which, in my opinion, is a bad plan because Blue 4 want everything to be attacking in the same defensive line, but... it's going to play out well for them because of what's going on. We see some smoke grenades being fired. Op 4 pulling away. We see all the statics have been mounted, including the D30. D30 is trying to hit the vehicle. It's slightly over range, though. Ever so slightly, and the smoke is starting to, it is helping to obscure. That one, little under range. They only get 5 rounds per gun, though. UAZ is still coming in. These guys, I think, are going to be going for the destroy objective 2, which is a little... Gonna be honest, you probably don't want to hit that, though, because Blue 4 are gonna get here, hack the terminal, and either cause towers in there to explode or that central tower to explode. I don't know what they meant specifically by tower, but if they hit this while Blue 4's pushing through, Artie is going to hit the trench line and potentially kill Blue 4. Like, there's... the fact that this is a lagging pincer maneuver, I think, is actually going to hurt Blue 4 more than help, because the main objective is here. Which, funny enough, we see this 1117 charging up to. Does anyone have AT? They do not. That's... Terminal started the hack. I don't know why Pierce dismounted briefly. That was a little silly. I'm waiting to see if Op 4 tries to route some AT over here, but I don't see any AT gunners. Which is worrisome. I can't tell what the D30s are shooting. I think they're actually firing at infantry, which they're technically not supposed to be doing, but yay, violence. That was an RPG hit that also caused a knockout. Now we got Blue 4 gradually clearing these areas out. Shots firing overhead. Bluck got the nice headshot on this gunner. Dream trying to push him with the 249. Dream almost fumbled that, and I would have laughed at him. But all right, he gets that kill. Yeah, we're on time to look at the menu. My, parts of my menu aren't coming up. I forget what button toggles that. Yeah, it's not backspace. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden buttons in this interface. Alright. This objective is going to be hit. Hack is going to start, or tack down in 12 more seconds, but it's done. My audio just bugged out. Okay, so that controlled the central terminal. So that tower has been destroyed. I don't think there was anyone in there. Kajonovich is dead. We got people on the front line dead. So now you just have this central position here. BM-21's been destroyed. So now there's artillery coming in either 60 or 20 seconds. Now we got the D-30s firing and taking out vehicles as they were pushing in. That's cool. I do appreciate that, but we also have people getting knocked out here. And now it should just be a scramble to the concrete bunkers, right? Oh my god! Oh! Onga! Onga bunga! See, remember when I said Blue 4 might be shooting themselves in the foot here? Oh! Oh! Ah! Unga bunga! Anyway, Blue 4 is like partially wiped to their own grabbing of assets. Because blowing that up seemed to have blown everything else up here. And I'm not sure if that tower also blew up this area here. It's... yeah, Blue 4 had a lot of KIA. And hey, look, the artillery's gone, but Op 4 is now pushing the rear of Blue 4. Meanwhile, UAZs came in. Norris not realizing Smith. Norris tried to point-blank GL and missed, and Smith tapped him. All right. Wow. RPG's coming in. I think that was a direct hit that definitely knocked somebody out. If you died to BS Artie, please make a staff report. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna be honest, though. It says it plain as day in here. Delay of 20 seconds if you lose Objective 2. Objective 2 is labeled. It was up there, so... and then everyone got the prompt and you were told to run, so I don't personally see a problem with that. Hunt getting the kill on Azariah there. And then the other one, this one I'm going to be a little more about, because Terminal Jet will explode the tower inside of the mound. But something blew up in here that caused everything to cook off and kill a bunch of Blue 4. That one I don't know why that happened. Yeah, Blue 4 getting cleaned up in the trench. Yeah, what's that? You're not creative at all, though. Alright, so now we got some Op 4 on Op 4 suppression, but they're pinning a bunch of Blue 4 down. And now we got Capwell moving through the trench. Oh, God, Malin. Malin's in his map! Malin's in his map! Oh, no! It's up to Cullis and Dream. The two people that I didn't think would, Dream got respawned. Yeah, 249 versus Curie. 249 wins. Double taps on the head. 249's in the trench, man. BTR has come up. I don't think it's really done anything, but hey, it's there in spirit. BTR has been kind of useless this week. McBain coming up. Doesn't spot Dream. Is going to probably run behind Cullis. I'm going to be honest. I would say the RD was justified. Blue 4 just didn't realize that, hey, this is the trench that you're going up to. Cullis gets spotted in the back of the head and taken down. Malin, I think, refunded himself because he was an admin fixing shit. I don't know. There's just so much stuff going on. But I think Blue 4's lost. Again, I don't know what blew up the entire position here and caused all these blue 4 deaths. That one is the one I'm a little more concerned about, but the RD on the trench, written down, fully justified in my opinion. Here comes McBain. There goes McBain. There's something I could say, I'm not going to say it. There goes Malin. That is one hell of a... Oh, God. Something just blew up over here. I have no idea what did that. Smoke grenade thrown up to NASA. More RD. To what? Oh, God. Why is there more RD? What? Where's this RD coming from? Yeah, so the RD, these are the strike areas for the RD. I'm just confused why there's that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Ivno, can you kill everyone else so we can go do our English Vietnam operation? NASA, yes. Land your orbital shuttle on Malin. Yes! Okay. We're wrapping it up. Load up in that, charge in. They could still technically win if they try to charge, but... No, they can't call it in. Again, I don't know why that happened. Then we got a frickin' 117 driving around over here. BTR with that 14.5. Engine, I think, got shot. Crew is attempting to repair. The BTR was smart. It would start charging forward and taking out with that 14.5 millimeter. I don't know why, but the BTRs have been very lazy today. Oh, no, Ivno got knocked off the gun. Ouch. That's a 50 cal. There's the 14.5 shooting it again, but it gets away. Oh, the humanity. And RPG comes in from Bates. Yep, was an RPG. And, yeah. Maybe NASA can go up and grenade it a few times. It is lightly armored. Oh, yes, a UAZ charge. 2 people on it. They could still get to the terminal. No one here to stop them. Unless Josel gets knocked out. Don't know what that was, but grenades being thrown off. Eric somehow knocked off. Gazog drives it into the the camo net. Eric wakes back up. Daggleberry running in. Still have Ash on Overwatch Smith back there. Ivno main running down. Gazog missed throwing a charge, but still getting him down. Back to the house now, trying to kill Gazog. More explosives being thrown around. You know, Nemesis, it literally says you would be grumpy about it. Nemesis will be passive-aggressive. Vagrant gets the kill on Gazog. Because he's got this little hidey hole archway. You gotta love it when the predictions hit. Snodjapair, his vehicle's cooking off. He's trying to kill with his MP7. Here comes NASA. NASA gets gunned down by the MP7. Here comes Mike and Bates. And he's dead. 2 blue 4 room. Oh my god, Eric Hugh ran to the terminal. Can he solo? He might solo. Clutch. Clutch your kick. 90-second clutch your kick. And he's dead. And he rolled down the stairs. Come on, Eric. Wake up. Wake up, buddy. Holy shit. Can Eric Liru channel his inner Audrey? You're crippled. Why would you... Wait. Wait. He's using his brain. Oh, I thought I was going to kill Kyle. Eric, throw another one. Throw another one, Eric. Throw it. Oh, thank God. That was a smoke grenade. I thought it would be a frag and actually kill him. Come on, Eric. No! Okay. I'm gonna give this 5 minutes and then just go do, yeah. Because the other blue 4 aren't really trickling in. But I'm gonna call this an Op 4 victory. Gonna be honest, I thought that was all fair. The only thing that wasn't fair is why that exploded. That wasn't in the rules, but this was all in the rules. At least for me. Maybe it wasn't told to the players properly, but that's the only one where I'm kind of like, what happened up there? But everything else I thought was fair. But, wait, why is Fact of the House smoking off the friendly BTR if it's... But you started with... Okay. My brain hurt. My brain hurt. Go, Ash! Use Glockachew! Can you tell I lost my my sanity here with this one? Ash, Glockachew! That wasn't Glockachew. That was... Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Beretta-chew. Never mind. And now we got blue 4 ground command. Kill him. Kill him with the marksman rifle. Take the shot, Smith. You're on 3 kills. I believe in you. Bane, bane. Oh, shit. He got the headshot. 4. Can we get 5? Saw blood. Come on, Smith. You just need to get 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Get 14 kills. I believe in you. He's hard scoping. A little worried because Bates is right in front of him looking around. Smith too busy hard scoping. I can still hear that BTR 70 cooking off. Yeah, I do want to get out of here. Can Smith channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match? He's got 10 people to defeat as he crosses in the open to get into the trench line. He's triple timing inside. Wait, does he have his handgun out? He makes it into the trench. Again, though, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, only 9. 1v9. That's an Audrey Hotto and a half, all right? No, that's half an Audrey Hotto. Actually, under half of an Audrey Hotto. If it was 20, like, if it was 11 or 12, it would be half of an Audrey Hotto. So he's only got 9. And Smith's already on 4. So he can get, by the end of this round, half of an Audrey Hotto and still win. He's got a scope. He's got a marksman rifle. He's in the trenches. Unfortunately, we... Oh, no. Fact of the House Logic's a team killer. There's no way he can defeat our Audrey Hotto here. He gets in. Oh, that guy stole a 249. But he's on no kills. There goes Fact of the House. Here comes Wonder with the 249. Wonder. Sector 2 exploded because it had 4 satchels planted? Oh, that's smart. Okay, no, then this mission's been entirely fair. That's why if you literally go into an empty objective, you screen with your explosive specialist first. Oh, no. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in 15 minutes with Arma 3 Operation. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.